Covenant.
Yeah, that should be fine. Oh boy. Here goes nothing. Oh, fuck. Oh boy. This is gonna be fun. Let's see how it goes. The Master of Gaming, hello there. Oh, hi there, Britt. How are you?
The story started before I was working on the script type Star Wars. When I was thinking about doing a sort of modern fairy tale couched in sort of Saturday matinee serial vernacular, I was thinking about all the great things I could do. And obviously one of the subjects that came up was to do it in space and do it sort of like Flash Gordon. And the other idea I had at the same time was really to do about an archaeologist who goes around finding ancient artifacts that have sort of supernatural flavor to them.
Hello there, Sony soldier.
And both of them would be kind of, a serial non-stop action kind of adventure. I decided to really go with the space idea, and I put the archaeologist on the shelf to gather dust. Then I connected with Phil Kaufman, who's another filmmaker from San Francisco, and he got very excited about it. And we started working on it for 3 or 4 weeks. And he had the idea of making the sort of supernatural sacred object that we were looking for, the Ark of the Covenant, because he'd done some research in that. And we went with that as a fantastic start, which is what we're looking for. And then Phil went off to work on a Clint Eastwood movie. So I can't do that movie now, so I put it back on the shelf and I gathered some more dust and I shot Star Wars.
George and I had planned this vacation together. He was going to get away from Star Wars opening, which has become a tradition with both of us over the years. And I joined him in Hawaii, and we were just waiting for the grosses to come in, kind of like waiting for lecture returns. And it turned out to be a landslide for George Lucas. And George at that point just, I think, gushed a sigh of relief, and then changed the subject from Star Wars to what I was doing next. And I said, well, I've always wanted to direct a James Bond picture. And George said, I got that beat. I said, what do you mean? He said, I have a better idea. It's called Raiders of the Lost Ark.
So I sat down and kind of told the story about this.
Wait, what? You sat down and you told George I wanted to make a James Bond film, and he pops up Indiana Jones. Oh, what? What's the connection behind that? The fuck? Okay.
I said, what do you mean? He said, I have a better idea. It's called Raiders of the Lost Ark.
And so I sat down and kind of told the story about this archaeologist and how it was like a Saturday matinee serial, and you got one mess after another, and he just said, fantastic, let's do this. Indiana was my dog. Indiana was the prototype for the Wookiee for Chewbacca.
Oh, that's interesting. I'll keep that. That's really interesting. I didn't know that.
Indiana was my dog. Indiana was the prototype for the Wookiee for Chewbacca.
Yeah, I'll keep that. That's interesting.
There's this big, huge Malamute would sit next to me in the car, giant bear of a dog. And so I named the character after my dog, and ultimately put it in the movie. Originally, when I wrote this, it was Indiana Smith, and then when I told the story to Steve on the beach, he said, I love it, it's fantastic, let's go with it. He said, there's only one thing I don't like. I said, what's that? He said, I don't like the name. And I said, all right, well, what if we call him Indiana Jones? I said, okay, that's fine.
I brought Larry into the picture because I had just bought a screenplay of his called Continental Divide.
He said, I'm going to do an adventure movie with George Lucas. And I showed him the script, Continental Divide, and we think you would be the guy to write this adventure film.
And we spent 3 days with the tape recorder going. And in those 3 days, Larry, George, and I pretty much outlined and sketched in the whole plot, the set pieces, and we laid the movie out in 3 days, and Larry had to go off and put it on paper.
George had things he wanted in the movie, and Steven had kinds of scenes he wanted to shoot, and we were creating a story that would support all these ideas. And in fact, the story we came up with was pretty much like the finished film, but with a few things that we eventually took out.
Larry added so much wit and humor, and Larry brought in such a 1930s Preston Sturges meets Michael Curtiz. Indiana Jones was a little more like Humphrey Bogart from the Treasure of the Sierra Madre, and Larry layered it and flavored it and brought it to life.
And then when I finished the script, and as I had written it on, there were no computer.
Yeah, I got Mark Zuckerberg on my stream. Actually, out of curiosity, which layout do you guys like more? This one or this one? Which one do you guys prefer? Because I'm fine with both, but, whatever you, the people, decide, I'll go with.
And I was never much of a typist. It's only since computers that I'm able to type because you can correct so easily, but I
First one? Okay.
never was much of a real typist, so I always wrote things longhand for years, and this is the original longhand script of Raiders.
I had to get the film financed. Small detail. And the film did get turned down by everybody in town. Nobody would do it because everybody looked at this really gargantuan movie with lots of action and lots of stuff. And I was saying, I think we can do this for $20 million. And everybody was saying, we don't believe you. We just, that's impossible. But I talked to Steve about the fact that we really need to do this like a TV show. We really need to do this like the actual serials were shot, really quick and dirty, use old-fashioned tricks, and not spend a lot of time on it. And he said, great, this is the way I want to make it. And finally, we got.
Wow, really? Fucking the first Indiana Jones was a cheap film? That's interesting.
Old-fashioned tricks. And not spend a lot of time on it. And he said, great, that's the way I want to make it. And finally we got Paramount to say they would do the film. Then we had to figure out who to cast in the part And Steve said, here's a suggestion. What about Harrison Ford? And I said, Steve, and I said, he's been in 2 of my movies. I don't want him to be my Bobby De Niro. I don't want to have every movie I make star Harrison.
George and I had tested a lot of potential Indiana Joneses, from Tim Matheson to Peter Coyote to Tom Selleck.
We ended up doing a screen test with Tom Selleck and Sean Young, and it was really, really good. I think they're both terrific actors, and it turned out really well.
Look, I did what I did. I don't expect you to be happy about it. But maybe I can do us both some good.
What's that now?
Shut up and listen to me. I need that piece your father had. So George and I pretty much went after Tom Selleck. And then a man who became a very close friend of mine, Bob Daly, at that time the head of CBS, said, wait a minute, we have a series commitment with Tom Selleck called Magnum PI, and he greenlit the series. Tom had a TV series that took him to great, heights of fame and fortune, and we had nothing.
And I said, well, what are we going to do now? And Steve said, well, what about Harrison?
George called me up and told me that he wanted me to meet Steven Spielberg, who I had not met before, and sent over a script. I read the script, about which I was very enthusiastic, and went over to Steven's house to meet him. And we had a wonderful discussion. I got along very well, and I was reluctant to sign up for 3 films. But knowing the people involved, I was willing to sign up for 3 in the case of Indiana Jones.
Give me a moment. I need to find something. Let me see here. One moment. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is the part I am easily looking for? I can't find it, can I? Ah, fuck me. Yeah, I don't see it anywhere. Looking for a specific behind the scenes thing, but I don't know where it's at. Oh well, no big deal. Watching Indiana Jones or something? No, I'm looking at the behind the scenes of the Indiana Jones films because I'm gonna make a video on the Indiana Jones trilogy and kind of shit on them a little bit. I didn't know George Lucas helped with Indiana Jones. Yeah, he had a big, well, not a big hand, but he did help a lot throughout the making of these films.
The first picture I'd ever directed in the UK, and I assumed we would go to the most famous studio there, Pinewood. But George has a good luck theory about all the Star Wars films having been shot at Elstree in England. So I went ahead and looked at the stages, and they were pretty big. Now, where we have the obelisk, we talked about on the relief.
Oh, hello there, Primus.
This is all we need. Robert Reynolds was there with me, and he'd done Star Wars. And I was very excited to work with the guy that did Star Wars. And yet no more did something different than Star Wars. He wanted this to be a whole genre apart from anything that looked futuristic or anything that reeked of technology. And so all of the models and all of the sketches that he designed absolutely were much more about illustrated graphic novels from the 1930s.
The more information you can impart to the director in terms of models or things in the realm, the better. In order to try and help the logistics of working a set and the number of extras, we actually built a mock-up set scale of the location, and we actually put these little figures like...
No shit, wait, what? They did what for this movie?
In order to try and help the logistics of working a set and the number of extras, we actually built a sort of mock-up set scale of the location, and we actually put these little figures, like 2,000 little figures, dotted all over the models.
And so we laid it out on a huge model. And I used to like to get my little 35mm viewfinder and lie belly down on that model, trying to find all my angles and get all my shots.
That's insane. They built a miniature of their set, so that's why Steven could get the angles of his shots. Wow, that is insane. That is caring about what you're making there. Holy shit. That's fucking crazy. Wow. I'm definitely clipping that.
I had a bit of work to do with the whip, and so I got a fella to come by my house and coach me.
See, this is why I watch this shit. You can find some interesting tidbits about the movies that you're covering, and you can use them. What even happened in the third movie? The third movie is when he gets teamed up with his father, and they're looking for the Holy Grail. That one, believe it or not, I'm not a big fan of. But, yeah. I love these films, but I found some massive writing flaws with these films. If you guys want to, I can go through a few of them with all of you if you're curious. But yeah, there's a few writing flaws I found with these movies that kind of break the plot in a lot of ways, honestly.
Whipcraft, which is harder than it seems. And then did a bit of conditioning because I knew it was going to be a physical movie.
The outfit for Indiana Jones, basically the leather jacket, the fedora, and the bullwhip all came from the concept painting. So I think it was based on some old serials from the late 1930s. And so Indiana Jones' costume came complete before anybody was hired. But Deborah really refined the costume, made it less painterly and more lived in, and more honest to who Harrison Ford was and how he wear those clothes. So she pretty much sort of redesigned the outfits.
Wait, who made?
But Deborah really refined the costume.
Give me a second. I want to see if I could find. I want to see if I could find an interview with this lady talking about her making the hat, because I know I've seen it before. Where is it at? I know this lady has talked about, because I remember seeing an interview with the lady that made the costume for Indiana Jones, and I saw a video of her talking about it, but I don't know what happened to it. I completely lost it, which is sad face, because that was an interesting interview. Oh well, I'll find it later, I guess. I only remembered the dad, not the Holy Grail, though. Yeah, the Holy Grail part was really fucking stupid.
Made it less painterly and more lived in.
Well, to be fair, the plot of all these movies are pretty bad, if I'm honest with you.
More honest to who Harrison Ford was and how he wear those clothes. So she pretty much sort of redesigned the outfit so Harrison would indelibly be only Indiana Jones for the rest of his career.
A costume has to perfectly marry.
Oh shit, it was this. Okay, this is really interesting. I want to make sure I clip this part. This part's really, really interesting.
A costume has to perfectly marry the character so that the audience buys the whole thing. The audience had to buy Harrison, even in this exaggerated heroic part, as an earthy, brilliant archaeologist. It had to look like a costume that he slept in and had worn every day of his life. But the truth was, it was a new jacket. And not only was it a new jacket, but there were 10 of them. And there had to be 10 jackets because of the stuntmen, because of the doubles, because of the second unit. The night before we shot our first scene, I sat by the pool with Harrison Ford, and Harrison Ford lent me his Swiss Army knife. And with his Swiss Army knife and a steel brush, I personally aged that jacket, and I had metal splinters in my hands for weeks and weeks and weeks. Then, in terms of his hat, I had to have a hat that was unique, but looked like every hat. I had to have a hat that, if you saw it in silhouette, would instantly be recognizable. There's a very famous men's hatter in Britain on Savile Row, Herbert Johnson. I saw a hat with a very wide brim, and the crown was a little bit too high. It was their Australian model. And with a couple of fittings, we got the hat right for Harrison. Got it really dirty. I checked the hat out, I rolled it up in my hands, sat on it, had Harrison sit on it, and when we got through with it, it looked like a nice, old, very well-loved hat.
Wow, this lady, she needs an award for making the Indiana Jones hat, because she nailed it perfectly. Whenever you see a silhouette of Indiana Jones's hat, it's like, yeah, that's pretty fucking cool. You know which hat that is. It's really nice. Didn't they use real Nazi uniforms in the films? I have no fucking clue. I have no idea on that. Costumes matter? They do. Like she said, the uniform needs to marry the character, or whatever. What did she say?
A costume has to perfectly marry the character.
Yeah, that's what she said. But I'm going to trim this part down a little bit, but she says some interesting tidbits in there that I'm going to keep.
I just thought it'd be fun to start with the Paramount Mountain. I mean, that was
They had Hitler in the third one? Oh yeah, they did. That part was pretty strange.
kid, my first company was called Playmount Productions, and I had a mountain, which I painted myself. Now, Playmountain is my name in English, in German. Spielberg means Playmount.
Steven was always coming up with great ideas, which were sometimes a challenge for the production. And we were setting up in Hawaii, and he called me over and he said, look, I need to find a mountain. I need you to go find a mountain that looks like the Paramount logo, where we can shoot. And I went, okay. And because it was sort of a last-minute request, and we didn't have CGI to fall back on, I had to drive around the whole island until I found a location that would work for us, and for a few extra pineapples, we got it.
Wait, wait, what? They did what again? Steven Spielberg made this man go on a wild goose chase to find a mountain that looks like the Paramount logo? I've never noticed that. Did he actually do that? If so, that's pretty fucking wild. Now I have to look at the film and see the Paramount logo. Now I'm curious. Oh shit! Wow. Well, it's not a perfect representation of it, but hey, I guess it was in the moment, so I can't really blame them. But wow, I didn't know that. That's pretty interesting. Go look for a mountain that looks like the Paramount logo. Sucks to be that guy? Yeah, man. Shit. Well, he did it. I guess he did the best he could, man. Like, shit. If Steven came up to me and told me to do that, I'd be like, fuck you. There ain't no way I could find a mountain that looks like that. And that's why I would be fired on the spot.
Pineapples, we got.
I never worked with Dougie before, but I had loved his work on other movies. And I thought Dougie could do anything, because I looked at all his films, and he changed his style according to what the script was suggesting to him. I think if you saw it, he's just scared about having to like it.
He had a number of ideas around it. He felt, whatever happens, that we would do it on really widescreen, knowing that we were going to have fairly large canvases. So that format seemed to be right for them. And he wanted the thing to be very strong looking, but at the same time was happy for me to put in all the shadows I wanted. He wanted most things to look realistic enough to make the make-believe possible.
The thing I kept saying to Dougie was, they said, let's just, make this look like an old-fashioned kind of adventure movie. So that was pretty much the concept.
Fun fact, that's Alfred Molina right there. I didn't know that until recently, but that guy's Alfred Molina. If you don't, Spider-Man 2 Doc Ock guy. I found that fascinating.
They're following us.
At the time when I got cast in Raiders, I did about 4 or 5 years at the theatre. And then I met with Steve and we chatted for about maybe.
Oh, yeah, he's in this interview. Okay, yeah.
I didn't know what to say because I had no film experience. I'd never stepped in front of the camera before, so I had no idea what he wanted. The tarantula thing was the first day, and that was my first shot of the first.
Wait, this was his first day, and the first shot of him acting was him dealing with spiders. Man, that's an interesting day. What are we watching? Behind the scenes footage of Indiana Jones, and we're seeing Alfred Molina talking about how he had to deal with spiders on the first day ever of acting.
So anyway, this guy's kind of putting these spiders on me, and these spiders are more scared than I am. And he's kind of keeping up this running commentary about how the spiders, of course, it's very hard to train tarantulas, He's telling me this whole thing about tarantulas. So they put, I don't know how many, I think at least a couple of dozen. And they're all on me, and they're not moving. And I hear Stephen say something like, why aren't they moving? they look fake. And the guy, the spider wrangler, says, oh, well, because they're all...
How funny that Alfred Molina is being attacked by spiders. How funny is that? Fucking hilarious. It's like George always says, it's like poetry. It rhymes.
They're all males. You see, we have to put a female in there, then they'll fight. Okay, put a female in. And he gets a female. And he puts the female somewhere on my chair. I can't remember where. Somewhere like here somewhere. And suddenly, it's like all hell breaks loose. These spiders, they're running and they're dropping and they're fighting. They're running out of my face.
Are you making a video saying Indiana Jones is poorly written? Yes, I am. I sure am. Yeah. It's gonna be a interesting video, to say the least.
And Steve's like, shoot. And he's going, Alfred, I'm scared. I'm scared.
It's very corny. Yes, it's very corny, but holy shit. Some of the writing is pretty bad. Still love this movie, though.
Sequence.
Or all the movies.
That was very
But
much
holy
based
shit.
on an Inca fertility figure. But I did modify it so that it worked better to be held, and the size is obviously important. And Stephen went through what he wanted to achieve. Harrison lifting it off and replacing it with the Sandy leather.
You know what? I want this for like behind the scenes B-roll footage. This might actually be useful. I might take some of this. Because I will talk about this scene. Sudden cliff. Yeah, don't remind me. Can't wait to read the comments for the video. If I plan this video correctly, right? If I state it at the very beginning, I love these films, and I still love these films. And I'm going to be very negative against these movies, but I'm also going to try praising some of the actual shit they went through, like them finding an actual mountain that fits the Paramount logo. Holy shit, that must have been a pain in the ass to find. Or some of the parts when they talk about getting the snakes or the practical effects and getting everything perfect. It's like, man, they put a lot of work into this. But holy shit, some of the writing is pretty bad. I'm on Mandalorian episode 2, and I love it. It is so bad, I love it. Oh, yeah, that's fair. The fourth one is hated a lot, but it's very similar to the others, how it's structured. Yes, that is something I'm gonna bring up in my video. Actually, give me a second. I'm gonna bring up. I'm gonna just put all the films on the timeline here for a moment. That is actually something I'm gonna bring up. The fourth one, right, is oddly very similar to the other ones. But when the movie gets to this point, when Indiana Jones is getting interrogated, right when it gets to this point of the movie, is when it gets really fucking bad, okay? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I enjoyed the first half of this movie. I thought it was pretty decent so far. Yeah, there are some blatant issues, but it was somewhat decent up until we get to the part when he's getting interrogated by the Russian lady. And then the second half of this film just falls apart instantly. Yeah. Also, it's the only film that actually knew how to balance its audio. I'm going to mention this too in the video. But look at the audio waves here. You guys see the audio waves on the bottom here? If you go look, it's all balanced. See that? Like, there's nothing that's spiking. Now look at the other 3 films. The first one is the worst culprit for this. Look at those spike waves. Look at that. That is awful. I was wondering the whole time I was watching the movie, I was like, why do I have to constantly lower and up the volume every second I play this fucking movie? And this is why. Look at those audio waves. Who was the editor for these films, especially for the Blu-ray version? And they decided to not fix the audio waves. Like... No, because I don't know what I'm looking at? Okay, how do I explain? Alright. I'm going to take away the visuals here, alright? I'm going to take away the visuals. We're going to bump this up, alright? This right here. See this glowy part right here? See this whole part right here? See how the waveforms of the audio is actually pretty leveled out? They're not spiking or anything. See how they are? Now, if we go to the other films, see how the audio spikes are extremely high? Like, it's nice and quiet here, and then it spikes extremely loud. That's what I'm talking about. Goddamn, yeah, it's really bad. Whoever did the editing, the audio editing for this film, did a horrible job. If someone says that it isn't there, fault you? Wait, what? If someone says that it isn't there, fault you? What do you mean? I don't know what you mean there. But yeah, it's certain things like that I'm going to mention. Like, you put all this effort into the practical effects, you make it look realistic as possible. Then some dickweed in the fucking editing room decided to just fuck with the audio so hard to the point that it's disturbing. Well, not disturbing, it's distracting. Why disturbing? That's not the right word. Distracting. Yeah, that's some bad audio editing. Yeah, it's pretty fucking bad. Well, funny enough, in their behind the scenes features, they figured out how to balance their audio perfectly fine. But when it came to the actual movies, they just they didn't care. I guess, I don't know. It's a bit bizarre. I don't hate nor like Crystal Skull, but some of the ideas, the monkeys, yeah, interdimensional beings, the interdimensional beings thing doesn't really bother me much, and I'm gonna explain why. To mind you, right, first film, we're just gonna run down the plots for a second here, because the alien thing isn't as insane as you think it would be. First film, we have to deal with a mythic arc that melts people's faces. Okay. The second film, we have to grab some weird bread thingies, so that's why a village has life, and we don't have people sacrificing themselves and ripping their hearts out and have child slavery. Third film, it's about the Holy Grail, and at the very end, we have a guy that's been in there for 300 years just waiting for someone to come in. Like, it's pretty ridiculous. When you see it in this form, and to be fair, the aliens don't really pop in until the very, very last second. Like at the very last like moments of the film is when they first pop up. So it's not as ridiculous as you think it would be. This reminds me of an issue I have with some games where NPCs talk over each other. Yeah. Never watched a Indiana Jones movie. The only reason how I heard about it was Fortnite. Oh yeah, Fortnite has Indiana Jones in it, doesn't it? 10 shots in and we're still going. Good for you, Oski. Sounds like you're having a great time in Mexico. That is a saying, but they aren't even from this dimension. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that part's pretty ridiculous. You have to adjust the volume a lot because certain sections are louder than others. Yes, and it's extremely annoying. Here, I'll play a bit of the movie for you, okay? So we get this really quiet, somber scene right here, right? Watch.
Stop.
Maybe I should be careful playing the whole movie. So, like, see how it's nice and quiet here? And then wait for it. Audio peak, like, instantly. It's just, ow. That's really annoying. All it takes, I'm going to show you guys how fast it is to fix this issue. You click two sides, and you just drag it down. Now listen to it. That's all it took. That's all it took to fix this issue. But they didn't do it. That's all it fucking took. But they just didn't do it. It baffles me. Yeah, I guess they did it for the scare factor, but it's more annoying than anything, honestly. It's no fun without you, though? Oh, I'm sorry, Oski. I thought the first one was about a magic disco ball that kills the Nazis. Oh, hang, that's the Lego game? Yeah, I think that's the Lego game. Yeah, sorry if I loud capped you guys. That wasn't actually me. That was the movie, and I was trying to show an example, so not my fault. But yeah, that's just the issue with this film a lot of the times. The audio peaking, and then the worst part is, right? Let's say the movie calms down and you get to some people talking, right? So we go to this scene, and you have to crank that volume all the way up to hear them talk. It's actually really annoying. And then you're listening to them talk, and it's finally okay. And then all of a sudden, oh, loud music. It's really fucking annoying. But, yeah. Crystal Skull taught me how to survive a nuke. Oh god, don't remind me about that. Like I said, there's a lot of issues with that film, but... Same with the other films. The fridge, lol. That's not even the worst part. Okay, now you guys are just making me go on tangents about these films, where especially the fourth one. That's not even the worst part. Okay, so they're at Area 51. If you guys don't know where Area 51 is about like 30-40 minutes away from Las Vegas, okay? And about 10 minutes away from the state line between California and Nevada, right? So you're telling me where is it at? You're telling me that this man, right, Indiana Jones, he leaves an Area 51 base and then walks in the desert until sunrise, right? And this happens to run into a nuke town. No, that ain't happening. At most, he's about 30 miles away from Las Vegas. They ain't shooting off nukes that close, okay? That's that's fucking stupid. Oh, yeah. God damn, I need to get through these behind the scenes. I keep getting distracted. Because I love talking about these movies and just discussing them. That's why I kind of want to make a video about it, but yeah.
What was my idea? We were knocking out.
Why did the nuke go off though? Because Indy accidentally knocked into a dummy, basically. Every film had its quirky things, but Crystal Skull felt like it jumped the shark because it needed to topple the other movies, and Harrison Ford was already old. It's funny you say that, Because in an interview, I don't have the clip with me right now, but in an interview, George even says that they needed to top every single movie, so every movie had to get more and more ridiculous. So, someone lost a gambling bad, wanted revenge on the casino. I guess so. I don't really like the idea of a new one still with Harrison Ford. Oh boy, that's gonna be wonderful. I'm gonna go into Indiana Jones 5 because I have it planned out, right? I looked into the movie. Apparently it's coming out exactly 1 year from this month, right? And I already have it planned. I'm gonna go into the theater, take like 10 shots of vodka, and I'm just gonna go for the best.
Pieces and making suggestions. I just said, at some point, some huge boulder should start chasing Indy and almost squishes him 3 or 4 times until he gets out of the cave. And that was just something I thought up. But I didn't know it was going to look as good as that until the day Norman Reynolds showed me that he actually made a boulder that was something like 22 feet in diameter. It was extraordinarily large.
The overriding consideration was to be able to stop the thing. If Harrison tripped up or someone had fallen over and the ball was actually coming through, whilst it was a fiberglass ball, in fact, it was still very heavy and could actually do a lot of damage. And
No one asks for shortly is because not that bad. He is just loud, but I do agree when people say that Willie is the worst. Wait, what? I have no idea what you're talking about, man. Who's Willie? That's the best plan? Yeah. Are they making a new film for the series? Yup. And Harrison Ford is coming back as Indiana Jones, and it's produced by Disney. Yay! And it's written by some guy that I forgot the name. Who's writing Indiana Jones 5? Let me double check. Who's the writer? Yeah, James Mangold. What did he make again? Oh yeah, he made Ford v Ferrari, Logan, Wolverine. Okay. Well, at least I don't know. I don't want to see at least the film's in good hands because it's Disney, so yeah. Willie is the blonde from Temple of Doom. Oh yeah. Yeah, well, Willie is she's the way she is. This is something I'm going to bring up in my video because I'm kind of curious what people will think about this. Or actually, you know, I'm going to ask you guys a question right now. What was my question? Okay, so an annoying character, right? If the character is super annoying, but the characters in the movie are aware of it, and it's like super self-aware that that character is extremely annoying, would that alleviate the issue, is my question. Because I was thinking about this, right? And I was thinking, what's another annoying character that I know of? And SpongeBob popped in my head because he was written as a very annoying character. And that's why you have Squidward to counteract that. And I'm like, does that work though? Is that a fair complaint to make about the movie that she's a really annoying character and she's the worst because of it? And it's like, but that's the point though, isn't it? The film is super self-aware of it, and the characters are even poking fun at her. What video are you doing? I'm making a breakdown of the 4 Indiana Jones films. And right now I'm going through the behind the scenes of the movies. Isn't the actress of Willie married to Steven Spielberg? She is. Yeah, that is true. I wouldn't say being annoying is a really good criticism anyways. Well, it's fair to call out a character annoying, but it's more of like, is an annoying character inherently a bad thing, you know? But depends if they actually have depth or not, or anything else except being annoying. Well, again, back to SpongeBob. He doesn't really have much depth himself. He's just a sponge that's a fry cook, and he's kind of annoying. I mean, yeah, he has character traits, like he likes to, you know, go jellyfishing. He doesn't mean to be annoying. He's not intentionally trying to be annoying. That's kind of the same with the girl in Temple of Doom, though. If annoying isn't in some ways used in the movie, I would say it's bad. That's the thing. Temple of Doom does use her annoying. See, there's a scene in Temple of Doom. Temple of Doom's my favorite. Just gonna point that out right now. This movie has some massive flaws. Like this flaw right here. This flaw makes me laugh. Somehow they're having a conversation. They're like, we need to get back to the village, but it's like you guys are like almost 15 miles away. Beautiful shot, all right? Love the look of the shot, but it makes no sense. They're like 15 miles away, but whatever. But her being annoying has a really interesting set piece where Indiana Jones and Short Round are stuck inside a crusher spiked thing, right? And she has to come in there to rescue them, and she's afraid of bugs, and there's bugs all over the place, and she's freaking the fuck out, and it's a very suspense moment because you got Indiana Jones here, like, begging for her to focus and do something, whereas he's gonna fucking die. And he makes the funniest facial expression. Where's that? Yeah, this facial expression. This is a really funny. I'm thinking I'm gonna use this as a thumbnail. This is gonna be the facial expression. As long as it doesn't overstay its welcome and constantly stuffing it in my face, she's a main part of this movie. So I guess you could say she's overstaying her welcome. Willie's bad. She was screaming and everything, but she was funny. Yeah, that's the thing. She's more of a comedic character, but it's a certain type of humor if you don't understand it. Use it for the thumbnail. It's actually hilarious. Yeah, I'm planning on it because the name of this video is going to be the Indiana Jones series is poorly written, and that's a thumbnail. I might do it. So I have a 5th Indiana Jones movie on the way and a game by people who are making Starfield. I'm worried. Wait, what? Bethesda's making an Indiana Jones game? No, I don't believe that. It might be one of their other developers. Like, if id Software was making an Indiana Jones movie, I would be curious about that, but I don't think that's happening. He's nutting. Yeah, I can see it. No Machine Games. Oh, okay. What are Machine Games? Oh, they're the ones that made the Wolfenstein games, aren't they? Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll be curious to see it just because it's Indiana Jones. They announced it over a year ago. Oh, I didn't pay attention. How can people still make Doom Eternal content anymore? Specifically, Doom Guy Bot. Is that guy still pumping out videos on Doom Eternal? Goddamn. You know what? Let's take a little break. Man, I am procrastinating super hard on this video. I was hoping to get some done, but I should have known if I start a stream, I'm going to get distracted a lot. Let me black my screen real quick. Uno momento, por favors. Let's check out some YouTube, shall we? YouTube, baby. Wolfenstein isn't bad. Yeah, it's not bad. It's just I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. Not the biggest fan of it.
You are pastor.
Okay, there. Yeah. All right. Cool. I think Doom Guy Bot is kind of desperate. I mean, yeah, he seems pretty desperate. There we go. All right. So Gen Hope, or we could check out Doom Guy Bot. Both are fine with me. Wolfenstein games are a mixed bag. Some are great ideas, great gameplay, but damn, the missions are too long. And Colossus is such a downer. Yeah, I've heard. Dude, what happened to Gen Hope? Why are they not making any more videos? What's going on here? Did they give up? What's up with this? Gen Hope is slightly more painful. I mean, I wish they would make more videos. They haven't made a video in a month. I'm terrified. Did they finally close their doors and notice it's not working for them? Doom Guy Bot still makes a lot of content related to Doom Eternal. I'm surprised since people are saying Doom Eternal's final update is inevitable. Are they still making Doom Guy bot. Are they still making an update for Doom Eternal? I thought they stopped after whatever it's called. Wow, this guy is still pumping out videos. Oh my god. Wow. How does this guy get like 80k views with modern videos on Doom Eternal? How the fuck does he do that? This guy has a system, and it seems like it's working pretty damn well for him, not gonna lie. But holy shit, his videos are extremely painful. Yet again, I've only seen 2 of his videos. Maybe I judged him too harshly. So we're gonna delve back into this guy's channel. See if I was too harsh on him. Let's try. Oh god, both of these titles. Oh, all 3 of these sound insanely painful. Oh man. I guess we'll do the latest one.
Your personal e-girl has arrived, and for $200, I'll do anything you want.
What's the joke? What's the... Am I missing the joke here? Am I just retarded? There's a joke here, right? And I'm just missing it. Yeah, I think I'm just missing the joke. I'm not entirely sure what the joke is. Alright, that was a bad one. This is nasty. Why is he making the Slayer a Coomer? I have no fucking idea, man. There's no joke, only pain. The person watching is the joke? That could be it, yeah. The guy is just not funny. Yeah, I don't... You know what? Let's give him another shot. 3 videos that we've seen of his channel, at least for me. I've only seen 3 of his videos. And all 3 of them have been fucking garbage. But maybe this one's gonna be the good one, alright? I have faith.
Before we attack each other and tear ourselves...
Oh, okay, see, this isn't bad. I like this movie. I forgot the name of this movie. What's the name of it? Isle of Dogs, I think it's called. This movie's pretty cool. Okay. It's a good start.
Let's just open the sack first and see what's actually in it. It might not even be worth the trouble. Alright.
Okay, never mind. It got worse. It got a lot worse. Wow. That got so much worse so quick. Okay, we're just gonna skip that. Okay, that was a interesting transition. I give him credit on that. That was a good transition. I see how he did it though. It's actually pretty... That's actually a good transition. I'll give him credit. That took some time for him to figure out. That's not bad. Why is the DG bot into hentai and manga? I have no fucking clue, man. You know, people have their things that they like. They like their mangas and stuff, you know? Can't help them with that. How MFs switch up after playing Doom. Alright. What's his most popular video? Just out of curiosity. How IGN sees gamers are playing Doom Eternal. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Oh, apparently I watched one of his videos. This must have been a long fucking time ago, though. Oh my god, there's bots in my chat. How did that happen? Wow, I never thought I would see bots in my chat. That's wild. Normally, bots don't go to smaller streamers. That's very shocking for me. I've never seen that before. That means I'm popular. I'm just kidding. All right, back to Indiana Jones now. We're out of the rabbit hole. All right. See, this is one of the criticisms I'm going to bring up in the video. And, like, the thing is, right, I'm going to have to try to find a way to explain. I appreciate the amount of effort and, like, the amount of setting up for this shot must have been to make all the Rebel crumble and get the shot perfect and all this stuff. It's a great shot, right? But Indiana Jones is a fucking idiot in this scene. I'm sorry. He's just a full-blown idiot. He stands there and lets the arrows shoot at him when he clearly established earlier, no, you don't want to do that. And if you're going to run straight through and don't stop. But no, he stops and he's like, oh shit, I stepped on it. Stop. Cover my face. Like, dude, that's not going to do anything for you. The link doesn't work. I found out from a friend. Oh, really? What's your PC specs, bro? My PC specs is a graphics card with a CPU in it. No, I got like a RTX 2080 with a... I'm not good with CPU names. I really need to work on that. I always forget which CPU I put in people's computers, and mine especially. I know I put a Ryzen CPU, but I always forget which one. There's like 7 of them, or seven generational versions, along with different numbers in those generations. I always forget which number is the end and which number is the beginning. I think it's a Ryzen 7. I don't know which Ryzen 7 though. Oh well, no big deal. I think the reason why Doom Guy Bot is still doing good is he is doing popular trends like Demon Core, but mixes it with Doom. Demon Core? The fuck is Demon Core?
Was my idea. We were knocking out set pieces and making suggestions. But it said, at some point, some huge boulder should start chasing Indy, and all squishes him 3 or 4 times until he gets out of the cave. That was just something I thought up, but I didn't know it was going to look as good as that until the day Norman Reynolds showed me that he actually made a boulder that was something like 22 feet in diameter. It was extraordinarily large.
The overriding consideration was to be able to stop the thing. You know, if Harrison tripped up or someone had fallen over and the ball was actually coming through, whilst it was a fiberglass ball, in fact, it was still very heavy and could actually do a lot of damage. And when Steve first saw it, he was really very excited about the whole thing and immediately said, well, why don't we make it, another 50 feet longer, which of course it did.
Indy's character was always a hero that was in over his head, so he was always getting himself hurt and in trouble, and he wasn't quite up to what he was supposed to be, what the old classic Republic serial hero was, and I think that's why they came off the best.
Dr. Jones, again we see there is nothing you can possess which I cannot take away.
I was sort of failing in my search for the right...
What do you think of IHE? That's that I Hate Everything guy, right? If I remembered correctly, I watched one of his videos, what was it? Oh, was it The Last Jedi? He was the guy that made that really dog shit Last Jedi video, isn't he? Yeah. That's actually the only thing I've seen of his. Yeah, that was pretty bad. And then I watched Rags from that. And that's actually how I found Rags. No, wait, no, that was one of the other ways I found Rags. I found Rags twice, funny enough. Doom Guy Bot is like a goddamn fever dream. Yeah, he's something.
Cast member, and then I saw this British actor and liked him very much, and I met him. He had amazing eyes, striking eyes. Could see right through Indiana Jones, and I thought, well, I could have an eye contest here.
You chose the wrong friends. This time it will cost you. They just said, here's the script, go away and read it. I sat in the front office and read the script. Plainly a wonderful role. And always in my career I've done a lot of accents. I don't want to do voices, so I wasn't bothered about that. The funny thing was that Stephen didn't ask me if I could do a French accent. I think he just sort of assumed it. And then I went on holiday after it. I rang my agent in London. He said, Stephen suddenly got worried about the French accent. Will you come back to London? Because he was by now in Elstree. And prove that you can do a French accent for him. So I got rather nervous at that point, thinking, oh my god, right. Now having got the part, then I was going to be tested for it. So I went to Elstree and went into Stephen's office. There was no problem.
Do you use TikTok? I'm gonna say no. Because that's the... Is that the one where you send shorts in? It is, right? Yeah. No, I don't have that. You're talking to a guy that doesn't even own a Twitter. You really expect me to have a TikTok?
I looked at him halfway up, and then when they were finished, I took the book and I said,
Really nice right here, if you could show the discovery, just rather omnipotent, maybe some sort of smile or something.
TikTok equals brain cancer. Yeah. That's a lot of public sites. That's why I just stay away. I don't have any of those.
A private idea of greatness is important, it's fine. I always been a big Dan Elliott fan, and he lent a kind of paternal warmth, a sort of benevolent consigliere to Indiana Jones, who's always saying, I don't want you to get hurt. He's the voice of reason. He's the voice of caution. He's more paranoid than he could ever be.
I can't look out there. I don't know where to start. Social something with him? Possibly. Marian's like, no worries right now, believe me.
It's part of the fun of bringing something like this is getting them to really evoke that kind of movie, that era. My wife's grandmother was named Marion. I wanted to honor her. She was a woman who I liked very much when I married my wife. And I remember I was driving over Beverly Glen, and when you come on the city side, there's a little side street called Ravenwood. And I thought, oh my God, that's perfect. So I put my wife's grandmother's name with this street name. That was Marion Ravenwood.
Then it comes down.
Marion Ravenwood. Wow, that's interesting. I have TikTok is because I have friends on it.
Marion takes that. Right. You start to be glazing over even as the drink is going up. Right. I always liked Karen ever since I first saw Animal House. And
Oh, her name's Karen. Oh, that has to be said. Oh, she was on Animal House?
she was always sort of floating around in a sea of many possible Indiana Jones leading ladies. I used to have all my interviews in the kitchen over at Lucas's place called the A Company, so we would cook and let everybody relax. Once you're making bread with your potential director and your casting director and about 5 other people. So that was my technique of trying to get actors to relax in these meetings, and it worked great. It's really fun. Perfect introduction to your character.
I met Steven. We just had a conversation, and then he flew me to Los Angeles several weeks later, and I did a screen test with Tim Matheson first. So we did the bar scene. I've learned to hate you in these last 10 years, but no matter how much I hate you, I always knew someday you'd come through.
I find it interesting when you see these other shots with this other actor, how the hat looks different, the outfit's different, everything's different about it. And it's just, it goes back to that lady at the beginning that I got a clip of, when she says the uniform has to marry the character in a lot of ways. It's like, huh, wow. She really did put some thought, because looking at this guy, just seeing few snippets of this scene, the uniform does fit this guy very well. So she does a good job at that.
And they asked me to stay in Los Angeles for a couple of days, and they brought John Shea in, and I did a second screen test with John Shea.
Karen was the clear favorite because she had spunk and she was sort of firebrand, and she reminded me of the 30s women. She had that kind of Irene Dunn quality about her, and a little bit of Carol Lombard, and she just seemed perfect for the part.
Indiana Jones. Always knew someday you'd come walking back through my door. I never doubted that. Something made it inevitable.
I'm gonna make this bigger. There we go. It might be blurrier, but...
So what are you doing here in the ball?
I need one of the pieces you're fond of.
If I was going to swing a punch, I wanted...
Oh, now it's too big. That's what she said. Oh, I guess it has to be that size.
Swing a punch, and I wasn't going to, kind of do it halfway.
I need one of the pieces you're fond of. Like that. On the way back, I just hit in the left ring. My collective.
So I think I clipped Harrison on the chin a time or two, maybe. Although I never on purpose.
Good evening, Fräulein. Ron Lacey had a huge history of playing different character parts all over England. When I first met him, he reminded me of Peter Lorre.
Eyes closed. We are not testing. Ronnie was one of the nicest. He'd been a good working actor for most of his life, and had just not got anywhere. He'd actually decided to give up acting.
If I remember correct, Indiana Jones isn't actually his name. No, his name is Henry Jones Jr. You got Indiana the same way that George Lucas got the name for the character was through his dog. Indiana was George Lucas's dog.
And he became Legion. And I think it was in about 3 or 4 months of, trying to represent his fellow actors when he got cast in Raiders of the Lost Ark, which of course got him started again as an actor.
It was kind of scary because Kid West had to set fires close to the crew, but also he had, the big machine that turns the fires off, and all the movies treated so it couldn't really catch and spread. But, we got really hot of that set. They had everything on fire. The curtains, the window frames, the ceiling was on fire. We put the entire bar burns up. right from the time that the set was designed, we had to have certain sections which we knew that we would be able to add special pipes in and concrete floor. That studio that had a big blaze.
Wow, that's crazy.
Knowing our intentions of having a fairly hefty fire in there, we were very, very anxious, and so we had to go right from scratch and make sure that.
Imagine being so dedicated to the film that you legit set up an entire set where you have to set on fire and do it in one take and not fuck up. That's incredible. That's some talent right there, man. Holy shit. One of the most cringiest things known to man. Yeah, it is pretty cringe. Calling yourself a gamer, bro. Do you know there's actual Indiana Jones games before the new one? I don't know. I've always heard the Indiana Jones games are pretty crap besides the Lego Adventures. And the Lego Adventures are pretty good, not gonna lie.
Soaked in special fire tanks. Kid is safety first, and that's why I usually hire a physical effects supervisor who really puts safety before anything else. The first question I asked, actually, before I even read the script, when it said it's in Egypt, I said, do we see the Sphinx, the pyramids, or any of that? I said, no, just the Sphinx. I said, no, we don't have to go to Egypt. Tunisia is a much easier place to shoot, and we'd been there before, so I knew the country. We found the site for the Tanis Sticks. This was right in the area where we shot Star Wars. The canyon where Indy is above them, and they've got the...
Oh, shit, really?
R2-D2 is taken by the Jawas in Star Wars. It's exactly the same location.
See, this is why I love watching behind the scenes stuff. I bet no one knew where they shot this scene for Indiana Jones was the same exact set where they shot R2-D2 entering Tatooine. That's wild. You would have never known that just looking at the films. Just like, you wouldn't know that. But that's pretty crazy. Never played a Lego game, but I heard they were all pretty good. Yeah, they're pretty good. I can vouch those Lego games are awesome. Yeah, they're pretty great.
Since Star Wars, it's exactly the same location. And then we went to shoot Cairo. We went to a town called Kairouan, which actually means Little Cairo, so it's quite apt. And that's where we shot all the stuff in the streets. I guess the whole fight before fighting in here. The orange gag, what you're saying in the basket, comes through here.
Another challenge that we had was, of course, shooting period for the 1930s. And once we got to these locations, once again, we didn't have computers that could erase wires and TV antennas and everything. We had to do it ourselves.
Wait, what?
We probably removed 200 or 300 aerials, especially for the wide panoramic shot that brings Sala and Marion and Indy out onto the veranda. But in a way, I kind of like that a lot of effort went into creating an authenticity that couldn't have been.
Dude, see, this is why it's painful for me to criticize this movie. Like, listen to what this guy just said right now. Oh, man, this movie's gonna be so painful for me to criticize.
The orange gag,
what you're saying in the basket, comes through here.
Another challenge that we had.
Like, the amount of effort and care they put into this movie is just insane.
Another challenge that we had was, of course, shooting the period for the 1930s. And once we got to these locations, once again, we didn't have computers that could erase wires and TV antennas and everything. We had to do it ourselves.
This is another good angle right over here.
We probably removed 200 or 300 aerials, especially from the wide panoramic shot that brings Sala and Marion and Indy out onto the veranda. But in a way, I kind of like that a lot of effort went into creating an authenticity that couldn't have been phonied up 23 years ago.
Yeah, man, shit. That's an incredible amount of effort and work to put in just for one shot. And it's a beautiful shot. Looking at it now, well, I guess if we looked at it at 1080p, it would look a lot better. But man, they did their job. Yeah, look at that shot. Yeah. The amount of things that you had to try doing. Fuck. 200 to 300 antennas. I don't even see one anywhere in this. Like, that's a lot of fucking work. Just for the 3 seconds. Just, man. Makes you wonder. That's,
The living, a paradise on earth. The first person I offered Sala to was Danny DeVito, and he was dying to play this character. But
no way, Danny DeVito was going to be in this movie?
It was Danny DeVito, and the first person I offered Sala to was Danny DeVito, and he was dying to play this character, but he had problems with his television series not being able to make the dates work.
Oh, dude. Now I'm imagining this movie with Danny DeVito. the tone would be so different, honestly. I don't think I would be able to take Danny DeVito serious in this film. That's hilarious. That's interesting. I didn't know Danny DeVito was going to play that part.
And then when I saw Shogun, I said, I don't know who this British actor is. He's like Falstaff, great basso profundo voice and tremendous sense of humor. I said, that's all. We gotta get him in the picture.
You ever played a Borderlands game? I played Borderlands 2 with a friend. We got like halfway through and we just stopped because it just, I don't know, something about the game I do not like. I don't know what it is exactly, but it just ain't for me.
I went to the source and I said, well, here's the thing. Salah is described as a 5'2", skinny Egyptian digger. What do you propose, surgery? He said, no. I want to cross between the character you played in Shogun and Falstaff. I thought, oh, that's interesting.
I would just say, today, you rest, you shop, you let Marion spend all your money.
Those things are fun. I enjoy doing those, all the running around the marketplace and stuff. Any moment where I could join and be useful and resourceful had meaning for me.
Yeah, imagine if Danny DeVito was in Indiana Jones. I'm just trying to think about that. That must be such a bizarre thing to see.
All of that stuff became a part of the character, and I was really happy to have it, as opposed to just being somebody running, you know, like scared, to have like, a frying pan in my hand that I could poke the guy in the head with and stuff.
There was so much stress shooting in Tunisia that we just wanted to go home. I mean, I have 6 weeks scheduled in Tunisia. I did it in about 4.5 weeks because it was super hot, hard to breathe. You couldn't take a deep breath. Well, I've got guys up here. Plus, we all began getting sick. I didn't get sick because I subsisted on canned food from the UK that I just literally opened my cans and sometimes cold and had my breakfast, lunch, and dinner from canned food. But all the rest of the crew who ate at the restaurants or at the hotels, they all got sick.
I have never been so ill on the film set. I think I actually had cholera. I had a temperature of 105 points. I was dying. There's a scene that was actually cut from the original film where the young soldier is ordered to shoot me. And Stephen said to me, John, can you bend down and give him a better eye line? And as I bent down, I filled my jalaba in front of 200 people. And I didn't care.
There would be times on the set where I would use the second camera, and I would be on the second camera, and I'd be either shooting things that Steven told me, or I'd say, hey, here's a great shot, we're going through this, and he'd say, yeah, great, do that. And we said we're trading off operations, and he let me shoot second camera. I think it was going to be nice to me.
Wait, what, George? What was that? Oh, poor George. I'm sorry, what did you say, man? Oh, that's sad.
There would be times on the set where I would use the second camera, and I would be on the second camera, and I'd be either shooting things that Steve had told me, or I'd say, hey, here's a great shot, why don't I try this? And he'd say, yeah, great, do that. And we sort of were trading off operations, and he let me shoot second camera. I think he was doing it just to be nice to me.
Oh, poor George. Oh, wow. George is an interesting character, honestly.
If you're trying to escape on foot, the desert is 3 weeks in every direction. So please eat something.
That's one of my favorite sequences, and it was born out of a problem, and that was there was no reason for my character to put on that dress.
I would very much like to see you in it.
So Stephen challenged me to find something. It was sort of like, okay, well, you come up with a good reason why she would put on that dress, and you show it to me, and we'll see. So it was not difficult at all to enlist Paul, and we went into the tent and just did a little improvisations together. And out of that improvisation came this thought that what if there was a sharp knife that was there on that plate, and what if from the moment I put on the dress you see that I'm using my clothes to hide the fact that I'm going to take the knife. And that we created a little story around that, and we also thought it was kind of beautiful to bring maybe the drinking contest back into the story, and that I think I'm going to drink him under the table to be interesting.
Huh, wow. So this entire part was improv. That's interesting. I mean, I guess it makes sense, actually. Now looking back at it, that actually makes sense. But the whole knife thing, I didn't know that was improv. That's interesting. I was wondering why it didn't lead to anywhere.
Rising. I just thought this is it. We've done it. This is just so lovely. It has so many wonderful twists and turns.
We make it in front. Americans, you're all the same. We love dressing for the wrong occasions.
You remember this Coat Hanger sequence, the famous thing that Lacey looks as though he's producing an instrument of torture. Roy is such a wonderful actor, too. His timing is superb.
Aren't a lot of movies improv? No. No. Not a lot of them. I guess there's like certain moments that like could be improv, but a lot of movies aren't just improv. There's an actual storyboard. Like they go into this movie, there's an actual storyboard and what's gonna happen between this scene and stuff. So, yeah. When it's like Ghostbusters 2016, where the whole movie was improv, it's very noticeable.
And then it turns it into this coat hanger.
That's the threat. Next time we get the end, we look at it from the end, and put it together, and it's
such a brilliant gag. And it turned out that it's a gag that Stephen had been working up. That he'd used it in 1941 before Christopher Lee, I think, in Submarine playing it. And for some reason or other, it didn't work. Stephen knew it didn't work. And he was so fond of this gag. It's a nice idea, isn't it? You keep reworking the gag till you get it right, like Buster Keaton would, you know. What should we talk about?
That's interesting.
The well solved, the big figures, the Anubis figures, were jackals of the dead. Well, the first things I thought of really was opening the well and seeing the head of one of these figures, which seemed to me to be, they lent themselves to that, all looking up, ready to sort of gobble you up. But everything in there was really entirely Egyptian, apart from little engravings of 3PO on the wall.
Oh, there's a Easter egg of 3PO on the wall. That's interesting.
The niceties that
That's cool.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes? I cannot tell you how many times I get asked to do asps. Very dangerous. You go first. Asps. Very dangerous. You go first. I grew up in Africa, and part of my childhood fears and phobias are very linked with snakes. I was not wildly happy about snakes.
I'll be right down to talk to you about the mechanical snake. Don't forget something else. I'll be right down.
I found that I was able to clear up a lot of my phobias on these movies. For example, I never really liked snakes, so I had to find a reptile expert in Europe. And I guess once I learned that the snakes that we were working with were non-poisonous, it was a little easier to just pick them up. So we brought in a bunch of these snakes and we put them in the shot. And I think we had about 1,000 snakes, which I assumed was plenty.
We have 2,000 or 3,000 snakes, and they're hardly covered. I couldn't get a wide shot. I couldn't go back because I would see that there were no snakes on the sides. So that's when I said to Robert Watts or to Frank Marshall, we have to get more snakes. No, we need about 7,000 snakes in addition to 2,000 to make it work.
He said, we don't have enough snakes. Can you get them? I said, absolutely, Stephen. And I rushed away because our mantra then was we can do whatever you want. So we looked all over Europe and we got 3 or 4 other snake breeders to deliver boxes and boxes of glass snakes.
I just remember this image of these gnarly snakes being regurgitated out of trash cans and then untangled, spread out by crew members all over the floor of this set. And I'm afraid of snakes, but that made me nauseous. That made me want to puke. Just seeing the Medusa tangles, I mean, just spread around. And they were some of them were pythons, which they're not poisonous, but man, when they bite, they didn't let go. And at one point, David Tomlin got bit by a python. And David stood there with the python, not letting go. And some blood was coming down David's hand. David stared at it and said, hey, somebody grab the tail and give it a snap. It'll make the head let go. I don't know how David do this. Somebody grabbed the tail of that python, went like this, the shock wave went up to the head, and the head let go. The snake was fine. David got some medical attention, and he was fine. Watch him, man.
Wow. Imagine. See, because this is another scene I'm gonna criticize in this movie. But like, I have to admire the amount of effort they went into this. It's like, alright, we need 7,000 snakes on set right now. Everyone that has a phobia of a snake, you better get over it real quick. It's like, damn, man. That's dedication. Someone gets bit by a snake and they just walk it off. Like, no big deal. Wow. Working on these movies must have been an interesting adventure on its own, honestly.
Right here. He's the guy.
There were a lot of snakes. Actually, I wasn't there when they shot the snakes. And that's one of the reasons why Stephen directed the movie and I didn't direct the movie. Because I didn't want to sit on a soundstage with 1,000 snakes for a week trying to get that sequence shot.
Oh, George. That makes sense. I might have to clip a part of this, though. I might keep this part, because this part's actually really interesting.
There were a lot of snakes. Actually, I wasn't there when they shot the snakes. And that's one of the reasons why Stephen directed the movie and I didn't direct the movie. Because I didn't want to sit on a soundstage with 1,000 snakes for a week trying to get that sequence shot. You know, I'm just too lazy a guy for that.
I want one person to job it his own way. Keep the pythons away. Let's reconsider this.
I personally don't have any fear of snakes, or for that matter, bugs or rats, happily. The snake sequence had a lot of people very apprehensive, but it didn't bother me at all, really.
The day that the Cobras arrived, everything changed. Everybody was very serious about the Cobras being there. We had anti-venom serum, we had a lot of protection for the handlers, and even actors were very respectful of these snakes because they were deadly.
In the famous shot of me facing the Cobra, you can barely see a reflection on the sheet of glass that was between myself and the Cobra.
No shit, really. I didn't know that. See, this is why I like this movie a lot. Oh yeah, we used a real fucking Cobra in front of Harrison Ford. But we at least put some safety glass in front of him that I can't even see it. That must be blending in really that must be one hell of a clean window, man. Holy shit. Have you seen the new Thor movie? Yes. Oh, yes I have. Ooh, man. Have you seen the behind the scenes of Cannibal Holocaust? Nope, I've heard about it.
They took some elaborate precautions on that occasion. A sheet of glass.
Yeah, I want to keep that, because that's actually interesting.
And at one point it hooded and looked its head off to the side and literally threw venom all over the glass. So that was something that caused
Got bit by a Cobra, oh well. Yeah, basically. Shit, man.
everybody to sit up and take notice and recognize that this was not something to play around with.
Oh yeah, Kathleen Kennedy's in this. Or she was associate to Mr. Spielberg. Man. It's weird to see her in these type of ways. Like, Goddamn. Is that the film where the director got investigated because he killed someone? He didn't kill someone. Someone accidentally died on the day of shooting on that film. And their death is in the film itself. And people thought he did it, but no, it was actually a massive accident that wasn't supposed to happen. Kind of thing. The movie actually got the director arrested until the actors came out and said no, no one was harmed during it. Oh, no one was harmed? Okay, yeah. I thought someone did get harmed. I'm pretty sure one person got harmed, didn't they?
I do remember this were supposed to recoil.
I remembered hearing someone got harmed on that movie. But if the actors came out and said no one got harmed, then I'll take their word on it then.
But in fact, they got close to fire to get warmed up. You don't like fire? You do like fire. You love fire. In the script, you're supposed to hate fire. Why do you like fire? You're ruining my movie.
Harrison's in these big boots, and he's got these long, hefty pants on, and he's got the hat, this little white dress with nothing on my arms and nothing on my legs, and of course I have to lose a shoe, and I'm surrounded by the snakes, and it's just, there was a part of me that I just thought.
Would you rather play Halo Infinite or Fallout 4? Halo Infinite, I guess. Isn't Kathleen Kennedy making a new Indiana Jones film? I don't think she is, no. What is Cannibal Holocaust? Go find a copy of the movie, watch it, and come back. It's a movie. There you go. But the animals got killed? Oh, okay, that's what it was. Yeah, the animals got killed and they're actually in a movie. Okay, that makes more sense.
I want the big heavy boots, the big heavy shoes. I didn't want to feel as exposed as I felt, as clothes off, which of course is part of the fun of the whole thing.
Froze a second, and then a shriek, and back to Harrison's back. See that? Right, good, that's fun. That's the idea. Karen was really fun to work with because, when I first met Karen, I knew that she was a serious actress, but she's never gone to the school of Indiana Jones. So she took a crash course on a different kind of acting. But once she got into it, she was absolutely terrific. Herself came up with even worse things for me to do to her. Oh, yeah, I know. We get to the next level. That's a good idea. That's a great idea. Wait a second. That's terrific. So great, my earphone broke out. That's how good the idea was.
That sequence was much more horrible than the snakes for me because it was physically very demanding. I was alone in the catacombs, and we.
See, this is another reason why I really love this movie. The actress and the director can have a conversation and be like, "No, see, Steven, I don't think that works very well. How about this, right?" And then they present their ideas, and it's like, "Oh yeah, that's actually really good. I like that." And then they do that instead. Now, when you watch garbage, you just get fucking garbage. Look at Doctor Strange 2. Did anyone have any fun? Did, Benedict Cumberman fucking talk to Sam Raimi and was like, yo, would it be cool if I did this for the scene? Like, Sam Raimi used to be a director like that. And it's like, yeah, that's a good idea. We could try that. Have you played Red Dead 2? I have. Red Dead 2 is a pretty neat game. Gameplay is kind of but, it's kind of cool playing around as a cowboy. That's pretty neat. I can't be bothered to do that. Yeah, I mean, shit, man.
That sequence was much more horrible than the snakes for me because it was physically very demanding. I was alone in the catacombs, and we did a whole sequence of me running through the catacombs and various things happening. But I found that much more difficult than the snakes. I'll take the snakes any day of the week. And action.
See, again, I'm gonna be shitting on this movie, and this scene that she's talking about right here is actually a criticism that I bring up in this video I'm gonna make. And I'm going to show you guys this scene because it's actually really interesting, and I bet a lot of people didn't recognize it when first watching this movie. So I'm going to set up the scene, right? So Indiana Jones and Mary get trapped inside the tomb where they find the lost Ark. And the only way to get in the Ark is from a hole from the top, wasn't it? Yeah, see, it's like a little burial thing, and they have this chamber, and they close it off. So then they're trying to find a way out, and Indiana Jones notices that there's a wall that has the snakes pouring out of it for some reason. Like, okay. And so now it's a giant amount of snakes out of nowhere, just piling in now. And so he's like, okay, I'm going to take this statue, and I'm going to knock it down towards that wall, get the wall open, and conveniently there's no more snakes in this room. Just immediately, there's none of them in here. And then we get to this part. This part is so ridiculous, okay? So they find this little area, and he takes this giant brick that looks so unproportional to everything else about this whole building. He pushes this one brick out, and he's right in front of a Nazi base. It's like, what? How did no one, okay, no one in the Nazi base noticed a weird misproportioned brick inside of this building and decided, yo, how about we go over there, and you could have found a Lost Ark in like 10 seconds. Why did no one try that? It's baffling. It's so baffling of like a writing choice to make there. What was worse, Thor or Doctor Strange? Definitely Doctor Strange. Do you think GTA 6 is going to be any good? If we're talking about a movie set that got someone killed, The Crow with Brandon Lee got him shot and made the person who shot him quit doing things for 3 years. Yeah, I heard about that one. Yeah.
More difficult. The snakes. I'll take the snakes any day of the week.
And action. Now, what you're doing is right. What you do is absolutely right. That's the timing of the shot.
But I was so happy when that sequence was completed.
Yeah, so there's just a Nazi base in front of the area where the Ark was being held at this entire time, and no one noticed. It's so ridiculous.
When I first read the script, I had no idea of what that really meant. So I researched that and discovered that, in fact, the American Air Force had developed a flying wing during World War II that wasn't very successful. But nevertheless, the thing actually existed, and we set about to design the wing for the film.
I remember that was an interesting scene because I began storyboarding it, and I had about 15 storyboards. But then I threw out the storyboards, and I began just to choreograph a fight. And I basically made that scene up as we shot it. One punch at a time, one duck at a time, one almost going into the prop and then backing up. That scene was only meant to be a couple of punches, and turned out to be something like 60 or 70 different shots. And that was so much fun to work on. We just were making it up every single moment.
Again, this scene is actually so much effort and thought was put into this. But when you're watching the film and you see it play out, the only thing that's going on in my mind throughout this whole shot is why does Indiana Jones just not shoot the guy like he did at the beginning of the movie with that other person? Like, he actually sits here and full-blown fights this guy. It's like, he could have just shot him. Be done with the movie.
Something like 60 or 70 different shots. And that was so much fun to work on. We just were making it up every single moment.
He just doesn't do it for some reason. Because they wanted to have an action scene. It's like, yeah, I get it, you know? They want to have action scenes in their movies, but the guy could legit just pull out his pistol and shoot him.
Sequence. All of the stuntmen were sick, and they were at the hotel, and we didn't have anybody to play the flying wing pilot, who had to get hit over the head with the chocks, which was a really tough stunt. So Steven said, well, Frank, put on the outfit, get in the cockpit. And I thought, oh.
Because they gotta fight the Nazis? Duh. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I would talk to Steven, and I would just be like, dude, okay, he has a gun, right? We had a joke earlier of a gun being shot at some some guy that's really good with a sword. We can't just have this muscular shirtless guy wanting to fight him now. If we're gonna have him have a gun in his holster, we can't just have that. So how about we add a scene where he drops his gun in front of the snake pit or something? You know, get rid of the gun before the scene comes up, because that's the only thing I'm thinking of the whole way through. Is just like, just shoot him. Because the plot said so, yeah. And also, have you seen the Omen of that movie had a curse where if you were part of the movie, you died in real life? I've never heard of that. I've never seen the Omen. Seen the Omen? Yeah, I've never. Well, the Nazis were almost there because they had the incomplete medallion, but yeah, the Nazis, now that they can't blow things up. Yeah, it just... They could definitely blow up that building, or just see the weird proportionate brick. Like, no one at this airbase just looked at that building and just be like, why is that brick just super unproportional with the rest of the building? And if you just go up there, and you could literally just push it out, and there's a whole hallway in there. You go down the hallway. Yeah, it might be hard to figure out. Maybe if I break this wall, I might lead somewhere. And there you go. There's the Ark of the Covenant right there the whole time. It's a bit bizarre.
It'll be fun. Little did I know there was 3 days in a jumpsuit in a cockpit that was about 140 degrees. Maybe the stuntmen were sick on purpose that day.
Yeah, he did it with the guy with the sword. Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Like, why is it now we're gonna have an action scene with him? Yeah, okay, fine. Let's have the action scene, but get rid of the gun. You know, just get rid of the gun so this isn't an issue.
At a certain point, I slipped and fell, and the wheels rode up onto my knee, which resulted in me tearing the arterial cruciate ligament in my left leg in the middle of Tunisia. So rather than submit to any local medical care, we just wrapped it up and put ice on.
Wow, Harrison Ford's a fucking Chad. I'm gonna play this again. Listen to what he just said, and what a Chad.
Slipped and fell, and the wheels rode up onto my knee, which resulted in me tearing the arterial cruciate ligament in my left leg in the middle of Tunisia. So rather than submit to any local medical care, we just wrapped it up and put ice on it.
Yeah, I got ran over by a plane. I just wrapped it up and put ice on it. Like, goddamn, man. Why did the Nazis leave him with a gun? They didn't leave him with a gun. What happened is that Indiana Jones already had the gun when he went down into the area to find the Ark. He was already down there, right? So what the enemies did is that they just saw him down there, and they're like, "Yo, we're gonna throw the lady down there with you when you get to the scene." Yeah, it's like right here. Yeah, they didn't. I thought that too. I was like, how did he end up with a gun in the first place? You know, like when he got captured. But no, he didn't actually get captured. It's just that they came along and they're like, "Yo, we're gonna just like leave you down there." So yeah, that's fine. That's actually consistent. That's perfectly fine. Far Cry healing system, basically. Fucking Harrison Ford, man. Like, what a... I'm gonna be honest with you. Harrison Ford, he's a really good actor because he's in Indiana Jones, and every other film after that, he stopped giving a shit. He's never liked Star Wars. When you watch him in Force Awakens, he's just foaming it in, right? Even in Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, he is putting so much charisma and actually putting care because he likes playing Indiana Jones. And that's one of the few things that I actually really appreciate of the fourth Indiana Jones film, is because Harrison Ford tried, you know, he tried in the film. He doesn't do that a lot, and it's only Indiana Jones you really see him try, and it's really bizarre.
Carry on. Holy smoke, my friends! I'm so pleased you're not dead! Maybe we have no time. We still want the Ark. It is being loaded onto a truck for Cairo. Truck? What truck?
Oh no, they're gonna talk about how they did the chase scene. This is another massive problem I have with the movie. The chase scene. I'm telling you, I'm gonna feel so bad criticizing this movie. Like, the amount of effort fucking Harrison Ford almost getting his entire foot ran over for that action scene, and I'm just gonna be over here shitting on it and be like, dude, why didn't you just shoot him? You know? It's like, man. It's so much talent put in this movie. Well, he hates Star Wars after the prequels? I heard he hated Star Wars way before that. He hated it after Empire, I believe, because he was supposed to die in Revenge of the Sith, right? Or no, what's the name of the third or sixth film? What's the name? Return of the Jedi, right? Yeah, Return of the Jedi.
I had never given up in my life, but I hadn't done any movies yet, but I had never given up that much second unit before. And I did the entire truck chase over Mickey Rourke, who I trusted completely, and I had all the storyboards, and he pretty much did copy the storyboards, but he would also throw in one or two bonus shots, which really give flavor, even more energy to that sequence.
Now we start to tighten up here, where we see the truck now starting to catch up.
Look at this. They're doing storyboards, planning out how this action scene's gonna go, and I'm gonna just completely shit on it. Oh man. Oh. Why does he hate Star Wars? I thought that too for a while, right? And then I found the answer. Now I want you guys to answer a simple question for me. What movies do you know Harrison Ford in besides Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and Blade Runner? Name me one movie that you liked of him in that was good besides those three. And that's your answer right there, why he hates Star Wars. If I remember correctly, Harrison Ford said he hated Star Wars, especially because he didn't like him seeing him young. I'm pretty sure it's more than just that. I think it's more of the fans always constantly asking him questions about Star Wars and nothing else in his filmography. Because look at his filmography. He's been in hundreds of movies, but most people know him from 3. The Fugitive? Okay, 4 movies. That's most of the... He's been in hundreds of movies, but those are the only 4 or 3 people actually know him from. You know? So I think that's why he hates Star Wars. He constantly gets asked about Star Wars, and it's just like, dude, why not ask me about a film that I actually enjoyed making? Like Indiana Jones. I heard that he's very nice to people that ask him about Indiana Jones, which I like Indiana Jones more than Star Wars, so. The Call of the Wind that came out in 2020. He was in a movie in 2020? Wow. Have you seen the video where he drops the Lego ship? I've not seen that.
Reaction, I thought this one we needed to keep them alive. Yeah. Overall, the whole chase was probably 6 to 8 weeks, and then of course Stephen.
6 to 8 weeks to just shoot the entire truck chase scene. That took 6 to 8 weeks to film.
Overall, the whole chase was probably 6 to 8 weeks, and then of course Stephen.
Wow, 6 to 8 weeks to film that. That's insane. Now when you go watch Marvel Sludge, it's like, yeah, we put the actors on a green screen. They just swung around. They finished their scenes about 5 minutes and then they left. Fucking Doctor Strange 2. Yeah, Jim from The Office showed up. He never met Wanda too. And the actors never met in real life. But they showed up on set. They filmed their scenes for 10 minutes and got their paycheck and left. And then here you just get these people talking about, yeah, we had to make an entire storyboard. Then we had to film how we're going to do it. Then we had to get fucking licensing, filming rights in these areas. That's going to take 6 to 8 weeks. It's just, man, they put so much effort. Let me ask Google. Have you seen the video he dropped? Oh, yeah, I already asked that. Sup, potato? Sup, monkey? Some Star Wars fan asks him to sign the Lego ship, and he drops it on purpose. That's hilarious.
Went back and filled in all the close shots with Harrison. I was able to make one shot for Stephen with actually Harrison being dragged.
Getting behind the car. Getting behind the car. I'm sure it's not dangerous. It was dangerous. They're waiting for you to have more of the movie done.
That's what I find dumb. Part of what sells acting is when people are actually in the scene and the connecting between the actors. Well, that's why Harrison Ford likes playing Indiana Jones, is because like he's basically, it's one of his favorite roles to play. He loves playing Indiana Jones because he is that character, you know. It's like the same thing with Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. He is that character, and it fits the role very well.
I want to see Mickey's dailies before I would see my own dailies. So I want to see how's the second do with the truck chase. And remember, dailies have to go to England and then come back to Tunisia. So it was a couple days before I would see any of the dailies from Mickey shoot. And I can't think of through the whole chase where Stephen ever phoned and said, "Mickey, I don't like so-and-so. Why don't you do it over?" And that was very encouraging to me and the unit that I had behind it. I had a wonderful unit. I had one belief as a 70-minute director: the better the help you have around you, the better you're going to be. It was just a matter of being able to get it the way he visioned, and that's what we tried to do.
Oh, this part is so ridiculous. Oh, this part's so dumb. When I was watching this scene with my friends, and when this part came up, we just started questioning, wait, what? This was planned from the start? Everyone planned, like, so Indiana, because the thing is, Indiana Jones at the beginning of this, he said, I don't know, I'm going to make it up as I go along. He says that in the beginning before this truck chase scene happens. But somehow, he knew driving into this area, everyone's going to crowd up and disguise it. It's like, what? That's not a plan that was made up as it went along. What are you talking about? That's like one of my favorite lines in the movie, and it's not even true. Disney may have all the budget in the world, but they lack the real passion for writing and characters. Yeah, well, it's because, like I said, I'm going to be criticizing the writing in this movie. Not much of the characters. There's not... No, actually, there's one time Indiana Jones is very inconsistent. And it's kind of annoying, but remember when people liked making movies? Those were the good old days. Yeah. I mean, that's why it's gonna be like difficult for me to criticize this movie. You see all these people putting all this passion and spending 6 to 8 weeks filming a truck scene and all this stuff, and I'm just gonna completely shit on it. You know, because there's some massive issues with the scene. The CGI is horrible in Marvel movies. Yeah, it's pretty bad. You know what? I'm gonna run by one of my I'm going to run by one of my criticisms of the movie. I'm kind of curious what you all think of it, right? Because I brought this criticism up to my friend, and he thinks it's kind of dumb because of the certain circumstances. So I'm gonna bring up the scene and I'm gonna explain it to you guys, right? So they land in, what is this area? I always forget where they land. Cario. Yeah, so they land in Cario. And so this monkey comes in, right? Cute little monkey. Look at him. He's kind of cute. Look, cute little monkey. So she takes the monkey, they have a conversation, and then they go to this area where she's playing with the monkey. The monkey's all cheerful and stuff. And then the monkey runs off, okay? I'm going to try breaking this down scene by scene, because this is really important for everyone to understand, okay? So the monkey runs off. Then he goes to this guy. And it seems like him and this guy legit had a conversation to each other. Like, it seemed like the monkey talked to him and told him, yo, go this direction. I have something to tell him. Right? So then he finds them, coincidentally, walking by. Right? And during this time, when he coincidentally sees them walking by, this guy coincidentally sees them walking by. Just all at the exact same time. So then they all have this action scene, which is, you know, fairly good, actually. Really good action scene, except for when she's being stupid and she doesn't get out of the wagon at the very beginning. That part's really stupid, but... Then, okay, so then we see the monkey again, and we see the monkey clearly betraying her, okay? This monkey's betraying her. Yeah, betray me, Mark. And then we get to the part where Indiana Jones finds out that she died, right? He finds out that she died. And so he sits down and talks to this guy. And while he's talking to this guy, he reframes a scene that happened at the beginning, saying that Indiana Jones has bad luck in friends. They always seem to betray him, right? And when he sits down, he says it seems like your friendship has remained consistent. And you see the monkey go over to the other guy. Clearly see the monkey going over the other guy. I can't stress this enough. The film is making it very clear that the monkey is on the bad guy's side, right? So then, during this conversation, Indiana Jones is leaving, and he picks the monkey up. He takes the monkey. Why would you take the monkey? You know this monkey is going to betray you, but you take the monkey. Why? Why did he take the monkey? Right? And just if you didn't get it enough, the monkey is clearly on the enemy side because he's whistling to his owner, and the owner's like, don't worry, I got this. What? Why? It doesn't make sense. Why does he take the monkey? I don't know why he took the monkey. My friend, he made the excuse of, well, it's just a monkey. But it's like, yeah, but the monkey's clearly on the bad side, though. Did Indy know the monkey was evil? Yes! Yes, he did know the monkey was evil. The guy clearly said it right here. Here, I'll let the scene play, and he'll say it. Watch.
I see your taste in friends remains consistent.
I see your taste in friends remain consistent, because at the beginning of the film, he said that all of your friends seem to betray you. And he's saying that's consistent with you. He sees the monkey betraying him in clear sight. And he takes the monkey. Why? Reject logic, accept monkey. It just doesn't make sense. And then I try to figure out, why did he take the monkey? Right? And then this scene happens where the guy poisons the dates. The guy that owns the monkey, he comically came into this building and poisoned the dates, right? So then the dates goes to them, and they have this entire expository dialogue. That's pretty important and interesting, honestly, right? But the reason why they needed the monkey, so they could have this guy stop Indiana Jones from eating the date, and he could look bad dates because the monkey is dead. That's the whole reason this scene exists. And I'm just thinking to myself, we could have written this so much better. Maybe Indy thought he could change the monkey. That's never brought up in a line of dialogue ever throughout this entire thing. Did Indy know the eye patch guy was bad? It doesn't matter if he knew the eye patch guy was bad. He never met the eye patch guy. But he did know that the monkey was evil when the monkey betrayed him. Clearly, blatantly betrayed him, and the villain even told him. Like, he clearly said, your friends seem to remain consistent, and it's the monkey betraying him. In broad daylight. And Indiana Jones is just like, I'm gonna take the monkey anyways. Why did he take the monkey? I don't get it. I don't understand why he took the monkey. He used the monkey as a thought deflector? I guess. Plot twist, Indy took the monkey so he could get revenge by making the monkey rat poison. That's the thing. Indiana Jones was... I guess that you're making a joke, but... Yeah, I mean, the thing is, he was about to eat the date himself. It was his friend that had to stop him. See? It was the friend that had to stop him from eating the date. That doesn't make any sense. A vague implication means that Indy should know that the monkey is bad. Yeah, he definitely should, because even with the vague implication, because the implication has meaning behind it, right? Because the guy clearly said that your way of friendship, or what does he say?
I see your taste in friends remains consistent.
Your taste in friends remain consistent, calling back at the beginning of the movie when he first meets Indy, and he says, I see that you chose a friend that betrays you. That seems to happen a lot to you. He's echoing that. And Indiana Jones clearly sees the monkey betraying him. That's the thing. Like, these two things should give you a red flag and notice, okay, I shouldn't trust that monkey, but he still trusts the monkey. Because the plot said so? I guess, yeah, the plot said so, but it's still ridiculous, and it's a small part, right? But it makes a bigger issue as it goes along. And it's just like, why would Indy trust the monkey? I don't get it. But it's just a monkey. There's no way that line could tell him that he's bad. It's not like he's human. Yes, but think of this, right? Dogs, right? Dogs, they're not bad in nature. They're trained the way that their owner wants them to be. They want them to be like aggressive if they need them to be, or so if a dog bites their owner, or if a dog goes after somebody and bites them, it's normally the owner that gets in trouble, right? But the dog still gets punished. They have to put the dog to sleep, showing that the dog was a very badly trained dog or something like that. So the implications here is that, yes, the monkey isn't inherently bad on his own. The owner made him bad, which implies that he's working for the bad guys. It was just because Marion likes it. I don't know if it's worth taking a monkey that clearly betrayed you. If someone that's dead liked it. I don't know. I guess so. But that's just like something that... It's like if a friend told you some vague satire and it flew over your head. But that's the thing. This isn't Indy's friend. This is like the main villain of the movie. But the monkey didn't do anything but run over to a guy. No, the monkey did more than just run over to a guy. If you remember, the reason why Marion got caught in the first place is because of the monkey, right? We go back to this scene. Look, the monkey clearly gets her caught. Yeah, you could make the argument Indiana Jones doesn't know that, which is fair, right? That's a fair thing. But he should still know that he should not trust that monkey anymore. Wait, did Indy know that the villain guy was bad? Oh yeah, he knew. He knew from the very beginning of the movie he knew he was bad. When they first meet, this scene right here. Where is it? Look, this scene right here. Yeah, see, look. He even, see if I can find the line.
You chose the wrong friends.
Yeah, you see, you chose the wrong friends. And he wants the medallion. And then when he's about to run away, see, Indiana Jones runs away. And this guy wants him to die, right? He's clearly sending a message that he sent these Indians against Indiana Jones. Okay, so why should that tell him that the monkey is bad anyways? Because, wait, I'm sorry, what was your question? Okay, so why should that tell him that the monkey is bad anyways? Because clearly the monkey is going towards the bad guys. And the guy is hinting at earlier when someone betrayed him in the temple that he was in at the beginning of the movie. Clearly hinting at the fact that this monkey you should really not trust, but he trusts it anyways and takes the monkey with him. Like I said, it's a small part, but it kind of fucks with this character. How did they trick Indy that Marion was dead? They didn't trick him. What happened is that he saw Marion inside of, what was it? Inside one of these basket things, right? So he went to go find her, and he was trying to look for all the baskets. And they put one of the he finds the basket that she was in, and they put her in a truck. Yeah, see, they put one in a truck, and Indiana Jones, he shoots at it, and it flips over and crashes and blows up. So they didn't trick him into thinking that she died. It was more of like him thinking he killed her type of thing. But yeah. Man, I keep getting distracted and talking about these films. But yeah, one of my issues with the film is the monkey. The monkey kind of annoys me.
The Bantu winds are rusty and really, really beaten up. And it seemed to fit the part, as it were. And as the time approached, I decided to go back.
If you think about it, its liability, like to carrying 500 kilograms while walking 10 km, dump the weight and go. What do you mean? Not entirely sure what you mean. Maybe he thought if he kept the monkey under his eye, it would spy on him without him knowing. If he kept with him without it seeing its master. Maybe. So to me, this is just Indy taking the monkey because he just lost Marion, and it was like a way of remembering her. That probably sounds the most logical reason, I suppose. The only thing is that he clearly saw the monkey betraying him, though. That's the thing that, like, okay, let's say if you're in that situation, right? You saw someone that you loved blow up, and they loved this monkey, and the monkey's with you, right? And then you sit down with the villain, and the villain clearly tells you, wow, you have terrible choice in friends. And the monkey walks over to the enemies. Like, it's clearly hinting that you should not trust a monkey at that point. And yeah, it might hurt because the person that you love just died and she loved that monkey. And that monkey just betrayed her. And I don't know if that's a fair reason to take the monkey. I suppose an emotional reaction, I guess, but if the monkey I've been hanging out with turned out to be with the villains, I'd totally just ignore it and grab the monkey again. Really? You would grab the monkey again? Because monkeys are epic? They are epic, I do agree. Maybe he was hungry and was curious of what monkey tastes of. Okay, yeah, sure. If your cat walks over and sits on another person, doesn't that mean it likes you less? That's different though, right? You're not having a guy next to you saying you choose your friends poorly while it's doing it. Like, if I saw, let's say if I had a dog, right, and this dog was with me for like a good hour or so, and I walk over to the villain, and the dog starts walking over towards the villain and saying you have bad choice in your friends, it's clearly hinting that you shouldn't trust the dog, you know? Maybe Indy didn't see the monkey as a friend. Then why did he pick it up?
and just check it out. And to my horror, I discovered that the whole boat had been repainted. There were no rust
I would
marks on the
say
white.
that warning isn't about logic but emotions. So Indy taking the monkey that Marion liked when he was moaning is a lot more feasible. See, the problem with that, right? I can see how someone could come up with that idea, right? And yeah, okay, sure. He took the monkey because he honestly thought she was dead, right? But then the next scene, right? He has no remorse about her. Doesn't really even mention her, and even gets super excited during the scene, talking about how they figured out how to find the Ark. Like he seems super happy about it. Like he doesn't seem phased about her being dead at all. Even when they're even here, he doesn't seem phased about it. So like if he took the monkey to mourn over her, he got over it very quick. That's a narrative implication. Humans can't just objectively tell the future like that. What do you mean? Another thing I found odd in Indiana Jones is how they explain his fear of snakes. It feels a little contrived that he conveniently fell in the snake pit in the third film. The beginning of the third film, I'm going to compare it to Solo, a Star Wars film, believe it or not, because they're so similar in that section. All they had to do was have the monkey follow him, eat, die, and it served its purpose. Yeah. The problem is, right, why would they add the line of the villain saying you have poor choice in your friends? If my cat walked over to another guy after my friend said he likes him because he's gay, that doesn't mean the cat is gay. Your example made me laugh. Okay. That's a little different though when you say like that's a funny example. I'll give you credit. That's a funny example. But I don't know if that's a fair comparison though. All they had to do was yeah, I already read that. Well, he does end up smashing another woman in the other movies. That's true. He does do that. This is a lot to talk about in the morning. Yeah, I know. I love talking about Indiana Jones, so this is fun. Well, he also fell into a lion den. Yeah, when he fell into that lion den, that's how he learned about how to use a whip. Yeah. Because you're saying that because the villain says the cat is evil, that means Indy should trust him? Well, the thing is, the villain in the movie, right? He seems to try. He's not like your mustache twirling villain where he tries to lie at Indy. Even when you first meet him in this opening scene, right? He's being truthful to Indy. He's telling Indy like, yeah, you have bad choice in friends, and because of that, you kind of owe me some money now. All right, maybe you should choose your friends more. He's giving him some life advice, right? That's what he's doing. He's telling him you should trust people better. You shouldn't just like go on hinges and stuff like that. You should probably work with me next time. Like he's clearly hinting at that in this scene. And he's like, this is what you get for not working with me. I'm going to take your prize now. So he's a type of villain that doesn't seem like he's just full-blown lying at Indy, you know? He seems like he's being very truthful to him. And that's actually one of the reasons why he's probably one of the stronger villains in the movies, because of that. He's not just being a mustache-twirling villain, or he's not like the third film. He's more trying to give him life advice. But there's nothing to imply that the monkey has evil characteristics. I mean, I don't. As a viewer, we have proof that the monkey is evil, right? But I guess through Indy's point of view, the only thing he's hinging on to know that the monkey is evil is this one guy telling him you have bad choice in friends, which Indy should know that's probably true because we had an entire first scene where some guy trapped him inside the tomb. You know? Like, he should be aware of what this guy is saying and being like, yeah, don't trust people, man. And even blatantly telling him that, yeah, the monkey just betrayed you. And he still takes the monkey. It's just bizarre. Belloq is the rival character. It isn't a villain, just like Gary and Ash in Pokemon. Yeah, he's giving him life lessons while being charismatic about it. The villain in the second film reminds me of Hell Priests. Yeah. But yeah, you know, see, this is why I like having these conversations, you know? You got people, like, notice how I'm not being a dick to you, because you're like, defeating my points, and I'm just, like, thinking of, like, better arguments and trying to defeat them back. That's the fun of talking about movies, and you get to explore things about these movies and see, is it actually a flaw? And we sit there and we talk about it, and it's like, well, let's see, the monkey... Indiana Jones is going off of one thing of evidence from this one guy. You know, it's interesting conversations, you know? But I've learned a lot of people are afraid of these type of conversations, which is bizarre to me. The monkey isn't a human being, though. Animals don't have the same characteristics as humans. True, right? That's very true. But what gives animals characteristics is their owners, right? It's where they grow up in, right? So, like, I have a dog. His name's Chop. Yes, after the dog from Grand Theft Auto 5. He's kind of old now. He's a boxer, right? He is such a charismatic dog because I take good care of him. Like, he will lay on a fucking couch, just everything hanging out with his tongue flopping in front of his face. And that adds him character. That's him being charismatic, you know? Why am I talking about a dog being charismatic? Basically, what I'm getting at is that animals get their personalities with the people and the owners they have. Didn't expect to have a discussion about monkeys being evil. Yeah, I mean, it's fun, though. You can't lie. It's an interesting and fun conversation. Even if the monkey was normal, why do I need a monkey if its own need is that I need 30 minutes ago? And I want to forgot the loss. Yeah. Bro, how many times has Potato said monkey now? A lot. I spent too much on this monkey. Well, maybe Indy doesn't think that. I don't know, because we learn these are vague things right now. Now we're getting into more splitting hairs, right? Does Indiana Jones know how animals work, yes or no? I'm going to say yes, because in the third film, we learn that he was growing up with a dog. So from that, he should... I don't know how many dogs he had as a kid. They only mentioned the one dog. His name was Indiana, so... maybe having that one dog, he didn't figure out, oh wow, this dog is very charismatic and stuff. So, I don't know. So the monkey is the most important thing of all the movies? Yeah, he's super important. Super, super important.
It was rusty and really, really beaten up, and it seemed to fit apart, as it were. And as the time approached, I decided to go back and just check it out, and to my horror, I discovered that the whole boat had been repainted. There were no rust marks. It was painted white and blue, I recall. So with very little time left, I had to actually get our paint team over and put it back to the condition that it was in when we actually found it.
Wasn't it his dad's dog? Yeah, he was living with his dad, though.
We didn't want to build something from scratch, and there was a movie that they hadn't made yet called Das Boot. Wolfgang Petersen's television epic that became a 2.5-hour-long feature film, and they had built the boat, so we rented the Das Boot boat, put our own numbers on it, and shot that in La Rochelle, France.
Not only was the sub there, but there was a Second World War German submarine pen there, complete. Even to the graffiti on the walls, it was still there from the Second World War, so it was almost a set in existence.
The final sequence, of course, the problem for an actor with that final sequence, especially in those days when we
Well, maybe if Indy has different standards for judging animals, he might not think about how they imitate their owners. I don't know, man. Like, Indiana Jones is a very smart guy. Like, we see him at the introduction where he's, like, able to figure out traps that aren't even there from sunlight. He's able to find out he's able to read a torn map. He's not afraid of giant spiders. That's not really him being smart. He's an archaeology teacher. He talks to the FBI about the Ark of the Covenant, and he's very specific about everything. I feel like he would know about that, you know? Has it been about 35 minutes of us talking about a monkey? Basically. It's an interesting conversation. I don't know. Like, this was an argument that I brought up to my friend, and what's your name? Quetty Bob? He kind of made the same arguments that you're kind of making, which is why I find this conversation interesting.
Screen was that you had to be talked through every moment. I looked up to hear a rumble coming from the ark. Start to hear a sound, and he takes a step back, and the rumble increases, the hum increases, and then a bluish green gaseous veil spills from the ark and starts to crawl down steps. Everything's storyboard.
And that's why when I make this video and I talk about that monkey, I'm going to try covering every ground I can. And even at the end, I might just say, I don't even know if this is an actual genuine character flaw. I don't know for a fact because there's not enough evidence to prove my side or the other side of the arguments. There's just not enough information. But it leaves a lot open to make you wonder, like, what was he thinking in that moment, you know? He's a university teacher? Yeah.
So,
yeah, like, this guy's pretty smart.
So everybody, the actors included, can walk up and say, oh yeah, I'm reacting to that ghost. The ghost that becomes a skeleton that dissolves before the eyes and gets you start screaming.
And of course, it was my first experience with acting to nothing. You know, I mean, it was Stephen over on the sidelines going, and now the head is exploding, and there's something coming out, which I have now since done so many times. That's the way it goes.
As far as I was concerned, as an actor, the sequence finished with me screaming. I'd had to spend quite a few takes screaming and screaming and screaming, so they just got the wide open mouth ready for that sequence. So it was amazing to see the finished sequence and see what they'd done with my head. I had no idea that's what was going to happen.
Of course, which is typical of making movies. There's nothing really there until the premiere, when the actors first get to see what they were being so foolish about. Great, right?
Movie making is a collaboration, and we had some wonderful collaborators on this movie, and that's what makes each sequence so exciting. And putting that all together was a masterpiece of editing by Michael.
Steve has his famous footage, he shoots and a lot of footage. And it's good to know, isn't it?
Oh, you're the editor? Mate, I have some complaints for you. Fix the audio balancing. Step 1, please. I love Indiana Jones films, but man, your audio balancing is fucking garbage.
All the pieces put together mean something. Like putting in a certain reaction, putting in a shot, point of view, overlapping track. There's a lot of devices that you use to influence an audience. Many people see it, they respond to it. Sometimes it needs just a little touch, it needs another beat, or it's a beat too much. It's all very sensitive. How you put it together really affects the audience psychologically.
I thought when I first read the script that Indiana Jones was going to be fun to watch, and I had great confidence in Steven.
They were probably thinking we have have this monkey for a whole day. Let's use it as much as we can. That actually seems like the most logical thing, honestly. Because seeing like how they talk about this movie behind the scenes, it seems like a lot of people just enjoyed making this movie and they went through a lot of work. And they weren't thinking a lot of like... It seems like the plot was on the very bottom of that list, right? That might sound harsh, but... The plot was on the bottom of the list, and even George himself in one of these, he says that the first thing that popped in his mind for the idea of Indiana Jones was the set piece where he is going over the truck, and he's trying to steal the Ark of the Covenant. That was like the first image he ever had of Indiana Jones, and he built a movie around that. And I get the feeling that they spent more times on the set pieces and making them memorable more than the plot, which is fine if you want to go that route, but the writing is still kind of poor, you know? Go to the Comic-Con and panel and ask Spielberg about the monkey. Yes, that's like life's most first questions ever. Why the fuck is the monkey so inconsistent in this movie? I don't even know if I would call the monkey inconsistent. No, the monkey's definitely inconsistent. Never mind, he is pretty inconsistent. I think the writers were just rushing the script so they can watch the action scenes being filmed. Yeah, that's what it feels like, honestly. Because when you've watched the first Indiana Jones films, again, I have to re-rate this. I love these movies, and it kind of, I feel bad for criticizing them in a way, sort of. I don't know, because they're just such great movies, and the amount of passion put into them. But all the exposition scenes. There's 3 specific ones. There's this one at the very beginning. Then there's the one with the dates, right? That's a pretty long moment of conversations. And I think there's one more. Oh, when they first enter this area. When they talk to this, not this guy, but this guy. Yeah, this guy. 3 very like 3-minute exposition scenes, which there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's a lot of exposition to get out of the way, but it does feel like they put these scenes in to explain parts of the plot, and then they just try to rush them so they could get to the action scenes and the set pieces, which makes sense. I'm not joking, but I actually forgot about the Russian versus Ukraine war. I think a lot of people did. I mean, I can't blame them, to be honest. I would rather watch the action scenes than to write a script because how fun they are. Oh, yeah, man. Like, if I was on the set of this movie, it seemed like it was a blast to just come up with the set pieces and think of ideas to put on the page. But I think there's a way that you can write really amazing set pieces and not compromise the writing, you know? And that's like one of the things I'm going to try pointing out a lot in this video is like the set pieces, the action scenes are great for the most part, right? But it's how we got there are a lot of the issues. But don't writers write the action scenes? They more, yeah, they write them, but they more do, where's the shot? They do storyboards. They do this right here. They make a storyboard, and they make every scene of, like, what's going to happen. They put it out on the board, and they see, okay, is this going to connect to this, and this going to connect to this, and all this stuff. And that's when I would have come in, because I'm going to, God damn it, I'm going into more criticisms of this movie than actually editing, but during the chase scene with Indy on the horse and him going after the Ark, right? So he gets on the truck when you get to the scene. So he gets on the truck, right? And these guys are trying to go towards him now. And he sees them in a rear view mirror. And one guy gets close. Yeah, this guy. And shoots him in the arm, right? Okay, he's shot in the arm. So then the general comes up and kicks him out. And now Indiana Jones is holding on in front of the truck with a shot arm and doing perfectly okay throughout this whole thing. He even falls down underneath, doing perfectly fine with a shot arm. Then whips here, still perfectly fine with a shot arm. And then even climbs up with his arms, that's even shot. And then he fights this guy. And then, after he's done fighting, he's like, where is it? Where's that? Somewhere in here. Somewhere in this shot, he's like, ah, my arm. It's just things like that, you know? I would have been, if I was in the storyboard room, I was like, okay, how about we move him getting shot after he gets taken? How about that? Can we do that? Like, stuff like that are issues with the film. Films balanced this well. They had mostly good writing and some very fun action scenes too. I have to watch the first Star Wars film, but yeah, that film seems pretty solid. And a torn leg. Yeah, and a torn leg, yeah. I guess Indy doesn't skip wrist day? I guess not. Bro's a demigod. It's the adrenaline. See, that's what my friend told me. Because, like I said, I kind of brought these criticisms up to a friend. And he told me it's the adrenaline. And I guess that's a fair way to say it. Like, the adrenaline is kicking in so much for him right now. And he's like, fuck, dude, I'm hanging off of a fucking truck. Right? I guess that would give you a bump of adrenaline. It's like, I need to survive, so I'm going to do whatever the fuck I can to survive. Yeah, okay, I can believe that. It's the adrenaline kicking in. Oh no, I would have to get shot myself and then put myself in front of a truck to figure out if adrenaline helps me in that situation, which I'm not gonna do. So.
To know, isn't it? All the pieces you put together mean something. Like putting in a certain reaction, putting in a shot, point of view, overlapping track. There's a lot of devices that are used.
People get shot and they never know about it because of the adrenaline. You know what? Yeah, that's true, actually. I can relate to that with other things. Like, sometimes whenever you're working on something and you're done with it and you're relaxing, all of a sudden you have, like, a pain in your arm, and you look at it and there's, like, a giant cut, and you're like, what the fuck? How did that get there? Okay, yeah, that actually explains it. But that's more of you not noticing that you cut yourself. This was more that Indiana Jones blatantly saw himself get shot. So I don't know if that would work that way. but maybe it does. I don't know. I think Indiana Jones maybe got some inspiration on how James Bond was made, and they wanted to make really fun time first instead of something well written, like popcorn entertainment. Yeah, I can see that because they do reference James Bond a lot in these interviews and talk about it. So I completely understand that, and if that's the route they want to go with it, knock yourself out. But I still think writing is an important feature that should be taken into consideration of, like, plot, you know? It's kind of the same thing like the Suicide Squad, right? I like the Suicide Squad movie. Characters are very well written, but the plot is fucking garbage, right? And it's like one of those things that is, if you just focused a little bit more on that story and you really fleshed out the plot, it would have been a great movie. Like, you would have had really good characters and plot mixing together very well. It's kind of the same thing here, where you had really awesome set pieces, but if you just mixed them better with the writing, you would have had a really good movie. I think the closest that's ever gone, out of all the indie films, the closest one that has the best writing would probably be the third one, honestly. The second one, as much as I love the second one's my favorite one. This film has plethora of problems. Like, I have, like, fucking notes of problems with this movie. Most of them are very, very specific, like it was with the monkey thing in the first Indiana Jones film. Did it graze him, or did he get shot? He completely got shot. Here, I'll show you the scene again. He definitely got full-blown shot. Let's see if I can find it. Here. He even acknowledges he got shot at the beginning. Yeah, he definitely got shot. That didn't graze him at all. He definitely got full-blown shot. And then finally, this cool action set piece happened, and it's very cool. Yeah, that is very cool, but what happens leading up to the cool action scene? Yeah, that's how it felt like when they were writing this. When I brought up the airplane scene, right? And they did this entire action scene, and it's just like, why didn't Indiana Jones just shoot him? You know, he should have his gun in this moment, but he doesn't shoot him. Or the fact that somehow when they got captured and well, not captured, but when they were trapped in this temple, it just happened that there's a giant block that doesn't match at all with this entire building, right? And it just happens to be right next to a Nazi Air Force base, and no one sees that. Like, they're looking for the Ark of the Covenant. If they just went this direction, they could have found the Ark of the Covenant in a matter of days. Not even days, like 3 hours. But they didn't do it. It's certain things like that in the writing of the films. It's like, wow, these are really great action set pieces, but the writing's a bit strange how we got there. And that's what I'm trying to point out in these films. I remember how Quentin Tarantino made Inglourious Basterds. He wrote it very well. Good characters, pretty mediocre plot. Inglourious Basterds plot is more, yeah, it's a bit sloppy, I admit, but yeah, actually, yeah, you're right. I have to watch Inglourious Basterds to really defute that, because I don't have Inglourious Basterds memorized in my brain that well. Problem with me is that once I'm invested in a movie like this that I want to break down, like I know almost every scene by heart. Yeah, that's one of those movies I don't have every scene by heart at the moment. Apparently 9mm doesn't have that much stopping power, so maybe Indy could take it. Okay, yeah, I could see that. The plot was kind of simple. For Inglourious Basterds, yeah, it was pretty simple. Go kill Nazis, basically. Inglourious Basterds is considered a great film, but I fell asleep in the cinema. I don't blame you. Whenever it cuts to Germany and that one bitch that was like, you know, she ran away from Jews and she's hanging out with this Nazi guy, I could not give less of a fuck about any of that. Whenever I watch Inglourious Basterds, I skip those scenes. Every time. I watch anything that has Brad Pitt in it because they're fucking hilarious.
It's all very sensitive. How you put it together really affects the audience psychologically.
I thought when I first read the script that Indiana Jones was going to be fun to watch, and I had great confidence in Steven as a filmmaker. But you still never know what the mood of the audience is going to be when the film is released. So I was very pleased at the amount of success that we had with it.
Yeah, see, even Harrison Ford himself right here admits that the script was it's a fun script to watch, basically.
I thought when I first read the script that Indiana Jones was going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch. Kind of implicating that, yeah, it's fun to watch, but there's going to be some things that we do to pull off where we're at in the movie, type of thing. It was in France? Oh, okay. France. I don't remember Inglourious Basterds that well in my mind.
But you still never know what the mood of the audience is going to be when the film is released. So I was very pleased at the amount of success that we had with it.
Try hard, and then just like you made it fun.
I was blown away by what I saw. I saw a different movie in my head, and I think I came to see that the movie I saw in my head was not the movie we were making. And so I think when we finished the film, I was a little puzzled by what we had done. And when I went to the theater and sat down, I was like, whoa, I got it instantly. I mean, I saw what he was doing, and I saw the film that he was making, and I knew it was really good. I knew it was something people would respond to.
I can't go back and look at a lot of my movies without either punching holes in them or just kind of like flinching, like, ooh, I could have done that better. I have probably a handful of films that I directed that I could watch.
Wait, what is Steven saying here?
I can't go back and look at a lot of my movies without either punching holes in them or just kind of like flinching and going, ooh, I could have done that better. I have probably a handful of films that I've directed that I could watch objectively as if I didn't have anything to do with the movie.
Wow. Steven Spielberg saying looking at films objectively. That's nice to see.
And Raiders is one of those films that I can look at with my kids and divorce myself from all my knowledge and forget how it was made and watch it from the point of view of an audience. And that's what's fun about that picture.
That's interesting.
That was the gift that Raiders gave back to me, was it let me watch it objectively 25 years later.
It was one of those.
That's interesting, Steven. I'm going to use that clip of yours. That might actually be a really interesting clip because he's basically going off of what my whole argument is here. I like this. Steven, this is why I go through behind the scenes footage. You find clips like this of directors saying certain things that back up your points. Playing Destiny 2 right now? Nice.
It was one of those rare occasions where everything, the script came out better than we expected, the movie came out better than we expected, everything sort of just came together and was brilliant.
That's it. That's the way Indiana Jones.
Oh, Temple of Doom now. Alright. I love Temple of Doom, but we'll cut. We'll see. What time is it? Oh my god. So Raiders for him is one of his best, and saying that he doesn't consider it to have plot holes. No, what he's saying is in that little scene there, what he's saying is that he's willing to look past the objective flaws of Raiders and just enjoy the film on a surface level. And it's like, yeah, that's how I enjoy the films, and how I've always enjoyed them. But I want to focus on the writing, you know, and that's one of the things that he kind of points out here is like there's a lot of films that he can go back at and look at the flaws with them, basically. Did Steven Spielberg write the movie or just direct? It was a cooperative thing. George came up with the idea of Indiana Jones, and Steven helped him write some of the script. From what I understand. They say it in these interviews. They mention how they came up with the idea of Indiana Jones. I think I clipped it somewhere, but yeah. He did have a hand in writing the films. Okay, so I'm going to put everything that I got for the first film over here. I want to try separating the behind the scenes of each film. Because I've never really I've never really covered fucking 4 movies. So I have to try to be organized on this. Yeah, I want to try to be organized for those. There we go. Okay, Temple of Doom. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know why a lot of people hate Temple of Doom. This is the film. I watched a few videos on people talking and criticizing Temple of Doom, right? And all they say, it's too dark, right? And they even mention writing flaws with the film. And that's why I want to try looking at all three of the films and point out the writing flaws, because Temple of Doom gets a lot of shit for unnecessary reasons that the other films are guilty of doing too, you know? I love that Steven Spielberg said watching a movie objectively, because the people who say objectivity doesn't exist in movies often say you're not a pro, and here's a pro saying movies are objective. Yeah, that's why I clipped it. You got fucking Steven Spielberg here saying, yeah, I sometimes go back to my movies and judge them objectively. But with Indiana Jones, I shut my brain off. That's the one movie I can shut my brain off and enjoy with my kids. It's like, yeah, okay, that's fair. That's fair, Steven. I understand that, but I'm still going to criticize your movie. People hate Temple of Doom, but like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. No, I think they hate both of them, if I'm honest with you. Temple of Doom and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull seems like the two films that a lot of people don't like. I thought the violence in Temple of Doom was pretty consistent with the tone. Wasn't grim or anything. That's the thing. I'm going to be honest with you. Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom is the closest that the series gets to being the campiness of the franchise. And I'm going to explain a lot about this in my video, because as dark as Temple of Doom is, it's extremely aware of its corniness. Like, way more than the first film, in a lot of ways. But in more of a darker tone. For example, the annoying lady. Yes, she's annoying, and the film is aware that she's annoying, and they're making fun of it. And that's where the humor comes from. It's one of those films that you don't get the humor on your first run, but you start to understand it more as it goes along. And it makes more sense, basically. Temple of Doom was good. I really like Temple of Doom, but it has a lot of flaws, honestly. Not as much as, I don't know. I have to really think which film has the most flaws. Definitely Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Kingdom of the Crystals. I hate that title. But after Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, I would have to say Temple of Doom, then Raiders, then Last Crusade. Last Crusade is probably the better written film out of the four, but the second one's still my favorite. The sequel is usually try-hard camp inside jokes, character tropes, etc. that have been established in film 1. That's the thing. Temple of Doom doesn't really do that, you know? Wasn't the whole point of Lily a over-the-top famous white lady singer? Yeah, that was the point of her. It has so many scenes that are dark but campy. And Indy trading with mobs and then using a raft to jump from a plane. Oh god, don't remind me of that. You know what? talking about the second Indiana Jones, right? What I find ridiculous of this film, right? So the beginning of it, first of all, it's a fucking musical, which I hate. I don't like musicals. Even in my favorite Indiana Jones film, I skip that shit. But this whole part. Okay, my first complaint I'm going to bring up, right? So Indiana Jones drops from a window, right? And he's going through the window and they're hanging off, and then a car comes by and the car picks him up, and it turns out to be Short Round. How did Short Round know to be there is my question. How did Short Round know to be at that certain location? Someone could say, oh, he planned it with Indy. And I would say, so you're telling me Indiana Jones had a good feeling that shit was going to go sideways to the point he might get poisoned and have to jump out the window. Or maybe it's more of a situation where he just told Short Round, like, hey, if shit goes sideways, wait for me by this window. Maybe that's all he told him. I don't know. but that's a bit strange. Because he's Short Round. Short Round's great. I love him in this film. But a bigger problem I have, right, is that so the whole plot of this film happened because randomly Indiana Jones randomly took a plane that belonged to the villain, and that plane just happened to be crashing in a very specific area. And in that very specific area, we're not even going to talk about how he survived on a life raft. That's just ridiculous on its own right. But what makes it worse is that, yeah, there's just this old man just waiting for you guys to pass by. It's been a day, and here he is all of a sudden he's just here. It's like, oh, okay, here's the plot now. Oh, how nice. We get dropped from an airplane, and we're just in the plot now. It's like, okay, that's a huge coincidence, but I'll buy into it because whatever. He has all the data. What's the best sprint movie out of all these? I'm sure, though, that Crystal Skull is the worst. Oh, yeah. It's ridiculous, but it's fun campy. Yeah, I agree. It's really campy. It's hamming it up. But that's the thing. I want to separate myself from what my biases against this film and judge it on its actual writing merits and what it establishes. Oh, I did something there. And that's something that I think is going to be really interesting for this video. Because I do very much love Indiana Jones. Still, you know? Like, as much as I'm criticizing them right now, and how negative I'm being, I fucking love these films. I mean, shit, I got an Indiana Jones hat myself. What was the Indiana Jones movie that had the melting face scene? The first one. So what video are you working on? I am making a video breaking down all 4 Indiana Jones films and explaining why every single one of them is poorly written. That's my goal. I'm still working if I want to title the video that, if I'm honest with you. Because that seems a bit harsh, because the idea of the title I had for this video was the Indiana Jones series is poorly written. But I'm just like, I don't know if that's a harsh title, you know? Because I am going to be criticizing the writing and how bad it is at certain points. But horribly written, I don't know. I don't know what to title it, honestly. I was either thinking that or the Indiana Jones series didn't age well. Either one of those two. I haven't decided. That's gonna upset some people, but who cares about that? That's the thing. I'm gonna try making it in a way that if you get upset at this, then you're just an idiot. That's how I'm gonna do it. Like, if I cover my grounds at the very beginning, the first 3 seconds of lines, I'm just gonna say I love these films. All right, I love them, still do, and I'm just gonna try breaking down what I'm gonna be doing, and hopefully that gets people on my side. We'll see. So Short Round had all the data. Makes sense? Yeah. Why the Indiana Jones series isn't perfect? I like that. That's actually a good title. I like that. I have a title for you, and you can describe the 4th movie. Kingdom of the Nuclear Fridge. How did he survive the nuke, though? Through a fridge. Yeah, and the 4th film has a lot of problems. You know what's funny? Okay, God damn, I need to stop getting in these tangents and actually focus on what I want to do in this video, or on this editing. If I keep going back and forth on this, I'm never gonna finish this, but I'm gonna try restraining myself the next time. This one's funny though. So in the 4th film, I wanted to do some research, and I watched some videos of people talking about the 4th film and how bad it is. I watched what did I watch? I watched something with YMS talking about these films, and his friends talking about the 4th film. And everyone has the idea that the 4th film is bad because it uses green screens. It's bizarre. It's super bizarre. That's the reason why people see these films as bad. And it's like, you can actually find giant writing flaws in this film extremely easy. For instance, I'm going to give you one that blew my mind and made me laugh for like 10 minutes. So in this film, we learn that Ox had the skull, right? In this scene right here, when Indiana Jones first finds the skull, he's explaining that Ox found the skull, but for some reason he put it back, right? And I'm like, okay, why would he put the skull back? He's even wondering that, right? So then we get near the end of the film, and, and we get Indiana Jones explaining. He's like, Ox came here with the skull, but he didn't know what to do, so he put it back. I'm like, what? I'm sorry, you're telling me this man... Okay, I'm just to let you guys know. This one guy went through an ant field that has ants bigger than the size of your hand, right? He went down 3 waterfalls, right? Then he climbed up a mountain. Then he talked to some weird Indian people that live in walls. He got to this location, and he was like, I'm just gonna leave and put it back. Like, what? Why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense. And what he couldn't figure out what to do is remove the heads from the stone. Gee, I could have figured that out in 5 minutes. Like, what the fuck? Oh no, bots. Wait, I just realized something. People watched the face melting scene and was totally fine with it, but they watch Temple of Doom and see monkey brains and say that's too messed up and dark for kids. It wasn't that scene that people called was too dark. It was the scene where a man's heart's getting ripped out of his chest. Even though you don't really see the man's heart getting ripped out of his chest, but people didn't like that imagery. That ant field scared me as a kid. It's fucking ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Okay, all right. You know what? Let's watch some Gen Hope. What do you guys think? Let's do some Gen Hope. I'm gonna move for no, not General Hospital. Gen Hope. Monkey brains are best served piping hot. Oh yeah, definitely. Cold monkey brains, is this 1876? Yeah. Since it seems like fucking Gen Hope ain't making more videos, I guess we're gonna have to go back to their catalog here. What time is it for you? It's about 3 o'clock. We might watch like 1 or 2 Gen Hope videos and might call it a night. I didn't get far in this video. I was hoping to at least finish Temple of Doom documentary, but I'll just do it later. I'm not in a big rush to make this video, honestly. I'm going to take my time with it because it's more of a passion project of mine. Anyways, Gen Hope. Imagine an ant going into your twig. Oh yeah, that must hurt. Alright, so I'll let you guys choose which video we should watch here. Evil son poisons mother for her money. Oh my god. I love these thumbnails with the terrible Photoshop in them. They're fucking hilarious. They did it for like 4 thumbnails and then stopped. That's very bizarre. Evil foster care mother mistreats kid. Oh, final part? Oh, there's a part 2 to this, huh? Wait, why are they both called final? Oh, it's the trailer. It's a 44-minute episode? Holy fuck, we ain't watching that. Spoiled kid shames mother. Evil foster care mother mistreats kid. Okay. I want to watch Indiana Jones now? Yeah, watch them, man. They're... As much as I'm shitting on them, and as much as I'm going to shit on them in my video, they are genuinely really entertaining films. Caretaker mistreats elderly woman. Wife cheats on disabled military husband. Oh my, okay. Teen pushes handicap out of wheelchair. Okay, we're watching that.
Oh, I'm coming for you now, baby. Wait, no!
What? Well,
Give me that ball. Yeah, he's looking a little thirsty. Let's get him a little water.
Oh boy, we're so hydrated.
Stop.
What?
You guys mind if I play?
So let me get this straight. You want to play football with us, but you're crippled.
He's got a point. How are you gonna play football as being a crippled? How's that gonna work?
Yeah. No one wants to play with someone in a stupid wheelchair.
No, I promise. It'll be fun. I know I'm different, but I can still keep up.
Okay, Wheels. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, how is someone gonna play football in a grassy field with a wheelchair? That's gonna be a hard time for you, mate. Like you're putting yourself through torture at that point.
Do you want it?
Can I just have it?
Yo, maybe if you weren't crippled, you would have a chance, but too bad.
Yeah, I mean, he could always be a kicker, but his legs don't work.
Yeah, he could be a kicker.
Come on, I almost have it.
Oh!
It's like watching like 5-year-olds fight over a fucking ball. He needs an electric wheelchair with turbo? Oh yeah, definitely. Like what was that game? There's this one game I remembered where it was like an old man in a rocket chair, and like you make him go down some stairs and it rips off his limbs and shit. And it's fucking hilarious. What was the name of that game? I remember playing it all the time in high school. Happy Wheels? Is that the name of it? Is that what I'm thinking of? Happy Wheels? Happy Wheels. Okay, I was right. If women have a basketball league in Russia, in a Darman video, the disabled guy would run on his hands and catch the ball with his mouth. Oh yeah, definitely.
Ooh.
Really?
Sorry.
No.
Look at me deep. Oh, I'm coming for you now, baby.
Wait, why did we get a Why? Okay, so the beginning of this episode, they thought, hey, let's show what happens earlier that day, which is literally 1 minute later. What? What? Why did you put it that way?
Wait, no! Give me that ball. Boom! You just got clowned on!
Why did they repeat the same shot? I have no fucking clue. Imagine walking by and seeing this. I would just stare at it and be like, huh. Normal day at the office, and just keep walking.
You gonna let him do you like that? Or are you gonna stand up for yourself, you dumb handicap?
Why are you doing that?
Because I don't care about you people. You all are worthless half-humans. And society tells us that we should treat you better. If it were up to me, you'd all be 6 feet under.
I'm not worthless. Just because I'm in a wheelchair doesn't mean I'm any different than you.
Oh yeah? Then get up and do something about it.
Oof.
Oh, that's what I thought.
That roast.
Worthless half-human. Hey. Kind of looking thirsty, right?
Yeah, he's looking a little thirsty.
What do you mean, you people? I know, right? Fucking wheelchairist over here.
Oh boy, we're so hydrated.
Stop.
Bro, let's take a picture.
Oh yeah, I got it.
I'm sorry. We're so evil, right? These kids, they're so evil. They're so bad to the bones, right? That they knock a handicap out of his wheelchair, and then he's like, "Yo, let's take a picture of us knocking him out of a wheelchair." And like, I don't know, man. If I saw that, it would be like one of those moments when you go into a boxing ring and you pretend like, "Oh yeah, I'm super strong," but you're fighting like a 5-year-old. It's like, well, you didn't really do much, did you? Like,
Nailed it, dude. Perfect. Dude, we should post it on Instagram. and you
Oh yes, people will love you on Instagram. I bet people will just be like, "Wow, you guys are so funny."
should caption it. This is how he ended up in a wheelchair.
That's perfect.
What? Okay.
Let's go.
Later that day. When they say later, they mean like 3 minutes.
God, Mom, whatever. I won't text and drive. Okay, I'm gonna go now. I'm late to hang out with the boys, so.
Oh, he's gonna hang out with the boys. Yeah. There we go. He's gonna hang out with the boys. You know what? I've learned something very important. It's not gay unless you're with the boys. That's important. Most normal Instagrammers? Really? Oh, that's funny. The kid's going to crash and end up in a wheelchair? No, really? Nah, I don't see that coming. The blonde kid already going to be disabled? No, you guys aren't right on that at all. That's not going to happen at all. Stop predicting a fucking Jen Hope video.
Jeez, stop calling.
Okay, he wants to hang out with the boys. Nothing could get through him and the boys, alright? You guys are missing the point here. The boys turn out to have a buff cross-dressers that they want to give him a present. Me and the boys making fun of disabled people. He's in the car talking about texting and driving. No, he's not going to text and drive. He's just going to text the boys. It's very different. That's actually your typical TikToker? Oh. I know these videos aren't realistic, but this is another level. Oh, dude, we've seen worse. There's no The Boys this week. What are you talking about? He's going to hang out with the boys right now. The boys, man.
Like I need my seatbelt. I'm never gonna crash. I'm like the best at everything.
Yeah, because he's got the boys on the side. Yeah. The Boys is a TV show in Amazon Prime that has 3 seasons. Amazon Prime only costs $15.99. Wow, Amazon Prime's kind of expensive. Not
And
really.
who cares what my mom says about texting and driving? God.
I know, right? Fucking, what does mothers know about texting and driving? Fucking idiots. Oh, I honestly, I thought the second he pulled out, he got in a car crash. I would have laughed. Hanging with the boys. Oh my god, look at that spam. Dude, it looks like you spammed the shit out of this guy. I'd never text you. Let's say fuck off. Wait, is blue his messages and white the other messages? I have an iPhone myself. Let me check. Now I'm curious. What messages are mine? Oh yeah, I have dark theme. Oh wait, no. Yeah, blue is mine and white is theirs. Yeah, so look at the spam he is sending this poor person. What a piece of shit. And then he's messaging, wait, his phone made a noise saying he got a text, but it doesn't show that he got a text.
Yo, what's up? Dude, just chill. I'll be there in like 5 seconds. I'm around the block. Come on.
Yeah, he's with the boys. Give him some time.
Alright, bye.
Oh, you know, I want to see how they're going to replicate a car crash, because I don't think Jen Hope has enough money to fully crash a car. Yep, I was right. Yep. Oh, yep. Yeah, let's see that again. Oh, yes. I want to talk to the actor in this moment. Or I just want to see the director talk to the actor. It's like, okay, in this scene, I want you to pretend that you got hit by a car. This reminds me of, have you guys ever seen Top Gear? I think I showed it in my Halloween clip. Well, actually, no, I didn't. I should show you guys the clip, but there's a clip in Top Gear where they're on a movie set, and Richard Hammond is talking to the actors, and he's like, "I want you guys to pretend that you're happy, but also scared, but also excited, but also scared, but also you are having a weird feeling of depression." And it's like all these things, and the actors are just looking at him like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" That's why I think the directors were talking to this guy as like, pretend that you're getting in a car crash.
Chris ignored his mom's advice about texting and driving, so he ended up crashing into a pole and getting rushed into the hospital.
He crashed into a pole? How fucking retarded do you have to be to crash into a pole? What? So he crashed into a pole and almost died from? Okay. Top Gear is best show. Try to convince me otherwise. Top Gear is fucking great. But how did this man get crushed by a pole? Wait, didn't not Bryan Cranston, the actor that was in Fast and Furious, didn't he die from getting smashed into a pole? But he was going like 80 miles per hour. This guy was going like 2.
The doctors barely managed to save his life, but it came at a cost.
Oh no.
Yo, bro, what's up?
Chris?
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh man. Man, it really looks like he lost his fucking leg there, man. I don't know what happened to it. Would have been funnier if they cut to that advert in the man's car flipping over multiple times into a bunch of kids. Oh, that would have been hilarious. How would crashing into a pole result in these injuries? Seems way too extreme. Nah, he lost an entire fucking leg. Even though you could clearly see his leg in his jeans. That must have been very uncomfortable for this actor. They had to get, like, really big jeans to pull this off. I guess they didn't have money for a second wheelchair? I guess not.
Well, I mean, like half of me.
What happened to your leg?
I got into a car accident, and the doctor had to remove it so I could survive.
Dude, you look like a pirate. Now no one's gonna want to be your friend.
I don't know. If you give him a peg leg, I would be his friend. I mean, honestly, believe it or not, people that have missing limbs are the most interesting people. I met a guy that had a peg leg at a Wendy's, out of all places. Imagine that. Standing in line in front of a Wendy's, and here's this guy with a peg leg. And I just like, yo, how did you get the peg leg? And you know what? He had the most fascinating stories how he got a peg leg. And I don't know if it's true or not. He told me you fought an alligator. It's like, okay. Alright. The alligator died, but he took my leg. Huh.
What do you mean? Like, I'm still Chris. I'm still me.
Shut up. No, it's not. You're just another worthless, crippled person. I mean, look at you. You can barely walk. You look awful.
I mean, I don't know. Just get a peg leg. Make your life easier with that, you know? You could still walk with a peg leg. Did the guy in the peg leg find Jordy Jordan there? No. Bro, isn't that from Happy Gilmore? Is it? Oh shit, it is! The guy told me a Happy Gilmore joke. That's hilarious. I didn't even recognize that until now. You must be in Florida if you fought an alligator? That's the funny thing. I don't live in Florida. I didn't know you met with Crocodile Dundee. No, he didn't lose a leg. Did Crocodile Dundee lose a leg? No, he didn't lose a leg. Yeah, but that is a joke from Happy Gilmore. So when the guy just told me a joke, that's hilarious. I didn't even know that.
Come on, man. Let's leave this legless person here by himself.
Hold on. He looks kind of hungry. Let's make sure he gets something to eat.
You know, on that thought, he does look a little thirsty as well.
Oh yeah, he looks very thirsty because he's hanging out with the boys. What? Did you hear that laugh? That sounded like a Tommy Wiseau laugh.
You know, on that thought, he does look a little thirsty as well.
That's definitely a Tommy Wiseau laugh. Who's got the Tommy Wiseau laugh going on there? What a story, Mark. Crocodile Dundee carries a machete and calls it a butter knife. Yeah. It's such a genius insult. Wow, I know, right? He is legless when he has a leg. I know.
How's this, pal?
What a story, Mark.
Enjoy that one, huh?
Wow, what a waste of water. It honestly, okay, let's say, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was a bit of a bully in high school, right? One of the things when I was being a bully and I was making fun of people, one thing I wouldn't do is throw my Doritos at them because those are my Doritos and I'd rather keep them for myself, you know? That just seems illogical to me, if I'm honest with you.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, man, where's that leg at, man? What's sticking out of your ass there? Got a rod up there or something? Showing us how to... No, I'm just saying, you know, a little bit of teasing of bullying in my time, because at my high school everyone bullied everybody. It was a fairgrounds area. And one thing that most people never bullied each other with was throw their food at people, because that just never made sense. You're just giving them your food. Like, it never made sense to me. I did not hit. It's not true. I did not hit her. It's not. Oh, hi, Mark. Yeah. How is he gonna sit down? He's got a rod up his ass. Oh, they just cut it.
Hey, is everything okay? Oh, I remember you. What happened?
Yeah, I got into a car accident a few weeks ago, and now
What
I'm
a
like
story,
this.
Bart.
My friends don't want to hang out with me anymore either. Actually.
I don't know, man. If I had a friend that had a peg leg, I would be like, dude, that's pretty cool. I like your peg leg. I mean, look at Ash. Ash versus Evil Dead or Ash 2 or any of those films. He's got a chainsaw hand. That's fucking cool. Would not want to talk to the guy with the chainsaw hand. Left this pink thing up there. Oh yeah.
They're not even my friends anymore. Look.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. If there was one limb I would lose in my life and it would be my leg, I wouldn't have a problem with it because there's a lot of ways to replace a leg. Now, if you lost your hand, you got a lot of bigger issues on your hand. No pun intended. I was not intending that to be a pun. Did you know there's a new game about Ash? Yeah, I saw a little bit of it. It did not look that good. This is Jimmy and Timmy in real life? Oh my god, it is, yeah.
I'm starting to
It is Jimmy and Timmy in real life.
Terribly wrong. And
Jimmy! Timmy!
It's okay. I forgive you. Thanks for apologizing. I know it's hard to admit when you're wrong.
Yeah, thank you. You can leave me now. I know you don't want to hang out with me because I'm like this.
Hey!
Was the video made before prosthetics? Oh yeah, definitely. This video was made in like 2021. Even the hand ones are actually pretty good. I mean, you can't really do much with them though. Can you? Like a robotic hand would be really nice. But I don't think we're advanced in tech enough to have like robotic hands, or are we? We might be. I don't know. I wouldn't know unless if I lost a limb to test it out myself.
Don't say that.
I think they're really
Being a little
expensive
different
though.
Now doesn't make you worthless. I won't lie to you. Being differently able is hard.
Best acting of all time? I know, right? Really good acting. This kid's just putting in all the effort. He's putting all of his marbles in one basket and he's just letting them out.
But you can always make a difference by being kind. The way I see it is, I'm not handicapped, I'm handy-capable.
What? Whoa, what? Okay.
And I won't let anything stop me from making the world a better place.
Thanks for saying that. You know, your kindness really showed me that you could still make a difference in the world, even if you're handicapped.
He didn't prove that at all at you. He just said be nice to people. How does that prove? Whatever. I think some have been made, but aren't really that reliable. Oh. I think they gave some away for free at one point. That's interesting.
And, you know, your mood's really rubbing off on me.
Oh, his mood's really rubbing off on him. Oh, wow. Is he your new boy? Instead of the boys, it's the boy now? And you're gonna turn to fucking Kratos? Boy, come over here. Is that how he says it? I can't do a Kratos voice. Why would you forgive the person who bullied you? Because he's a nice man. That's why.
Like, I feel like I can make a difference.
There you go. That's the spirit.
There you go. That's the spirit. Dude, I do better acting than this. What the fuck?
And know what the best part is?
What?
We can still have fun. But don't be fooled. Just because I'm in a wheelchair doesn't mean I can't beat you.
What are you gonna play? What are you gonna do?
Oh, yeah? We'll see about that.
What's your plan here? They are gamers now? Yeah, they are gamers, bro. I just want to know what they're gonna play. Oh, they're not gonna show it. Oh, okay. How are you standing? You lied to me! I thought you didn't have any limbs! You betray me! A liar! I don't know why, but that one clip of Anakin in Return of the Jedi, whenever I hear someone lying, a liar! Same with that one streamer guy. What a fucking liar, dude. What a fucking Weasley little liar, dude. Holy shit, dude. Holy fucking shit. Are they deleting some of their videos or something? Some of them are missing. You turned her against me! Yeah. Did you watch the pastor video? Of course I have. I think I did. Which one? There's many of them. You mean Revenge of the Sith? Which one did I say? Which film did I say? Did I not say Revenge of the Sith? I thought I did. I might have said Return of the Jedi. I get those two mixed up all the time. I don't know why. Don't ask me. Hot girl is posed as fake beggar. Oh, I said Return of the Jedi? Oh. A racist cop chokes black kid. Okay. Karen shames homeless veteran. Okay. Black girl wishes she was white. Okay, this is the last film for tonight. I'm kind of curious.
You get away, you're gonna infect us.
One with underage nun? Yeah, we've seen that one. I've ever seen Halo vs. Call of Duty by Raka Raka? No, I've never seen that.
You're so stupid.
You're ugly.
You're too ugly to ever be on TikTok.
Seriously, I don't know what you were thinking. Do you think you can really talk to us?
Why are you guys doing this?
Oh my god, that hairdo. Oh my goodness. What is the hair? Oh my god. Oh wow. That is some hair. I will give you that. Why do you get those two movies mixed up? I have no fucking clue. I think it's I watched a video or documentary. I think it was from George, and George said that he always wanted Return of the Jedi to be named Revenge of the Jedi, right? And he decided to name Revenge of the Sith instead, and kept the revenge part. Yeah, voice crack. And I think it's that, along with them also being the final conclusion of their trilogy. I think that's what mixes me up on them. Racist cop chokes black guy, so basically George Floyd Basically, yeah. She must get Vertigo pretty quick or something. Yeah, she needs something, man. She looks like a Marvel character with that hair. Yeah.
To teach you a lesson. You see, there's two kinds of people in this world. Beautiful, rich, white girls like us who deserve to be famous and get on movies and TV shows, and black girls like you who are poor.
Oh, well, that's just mean. Why is this? Wow, she is extremely racist. What's up with this child? Also, racism. Yeah, there we go.
And ugly and worthless.
Please stop saying those things. They're not nice. Stop! Stop! Stop!
Oh god, that audio peak. That was terrible.
Okay, honey, I'm going
The director must be projecting or something? Yeah, definitely.
to go to Mrs. Johnson's house to do some housekeeping. It should take me
Housekeeping?
an hour. In the meantime, you can play here at the park.
Dude, this mother sounds extremely fucking stoned. Listen to this. I'll turn it up because it sounds pretty low.
Took me about an hour. Okay, honey,
She
I'm
sounds
going
like
to go to
she's
Mrs.
really
Johnson's
high.
house to do some housekeeping.
I'm gonna go to her house to do some housekeeping.
It should take me about an hour.
Should take me about an hour? Like, she sounds pretty fucking high, man.
In the meantime, you can play here at the park.
Okay, I'll go find some girls to play with.
That's my girl. And remember,
There's two people in this world, potato and fries. Well, they're the same thing, if you think about it. Why am I getting vibes from the video of on the shitpost channel on your Discord? Why won't you adopt me? Because you're black and falls on the floor. Yeah. I think there's a little more than two types of people. Yeah, definitely.
I have some surprise for you back home.
Yes, what is it?
You're going to have to wait till I finish working.
Fine.
What is this music? It's like quirky, dopey music. Type of music. What's up with that?
I love you.
We're happy. Oh boy, I'm super happy today.
You did it wrong again. Okay, like this. Don't.
Hey guys, can I make some TikToks with you?
Okay, yeah. Oh god, I would be pretty pissed. Yeah. All right, I'm on the white bitch's side now. Like I'd be pissed. Anyone that walks up to me and is like, "Yo, can I do something with you?" Nah, get the fuck out. Fuck you. You can't just haul up on in my space and ask, "Yo, can I join you?" No, go fuck yourself.
Ew, no, you can't.
Why not?
Why not? Just look at you. You have a big nose and big lips. It's disgusting.
When she comes back, her mom has a whitewash machine. Oh my god, Darkman. Oh no, this is Jen Hope.
I do?
Yeah, you do. Don't you see how perfect and white our noses are?
What? Are they saying their noses are perfect because they're white? Is that the I'm sorry. I have to rewind that.
I do?
Yeah, you do. Don't you see how perfect and white our noses are?
How perfect and white our noses. Okay, so they're saying their noses are perfect and white. No, that's still that doesn't make it better. Actually, that probably makes it worse. I don't know. This is fucking. Okay, I like this. Why does she approach them like she's interacting with an NPC? Because plot. Never of the legendary film. Never heard of the legendary film Who Killed Captain Alex? That film's great. They're saying that because how much they pay on nose surgery. Okay. I'm gonna guess she is gonna be famous and they are gonna ask how, and she will say because she has a big nose and they will ask to join, probably.
White? Well, what's wrong with having a big nose and big lips? And what does that have to do with making TikToks?
Hello. Everybody knows that big lips and noses are ugly.
Yeah. And if we have ugly people in our TikToks, no one will watch them.
And if no one watches our videos, we aren't gonna get famous, and we won't get our own reality TV shows.
Well, I can just dance in the back. That way I'm barely noticeable.
Okay, let's pretend for a second that you didn't have a big nose and lips. Aren't you forgetting something else?
What?
Her hair?
You're black.
You know, they point out the most bizarre things, like her nose and her lips, but they don't point out the hair. I don't know, that would be the thing I would mention, like, your hair is fucking wild. You need to get that under control, like, now. Also, there's... what's up with these two ladies? Like, they really don't like black people. What's up with that? You know, I will say there are some... women are weird, but like, what the fuck? What is this?
What's wrong with being black?
I don't know, that's a pretty simple question. I don't know. Why does the black chick look like Monica from WandaVision? Oh yeah, she does, huh? Am I the only one who noticed she looks like identical to her? Yeah, now since you mentioned her, I see it, yeah.
Why are you guys laughing?
Sarah, would you like to explain to her why being black is bad?
Please continue. What's her name again? I wanna make sure I get the character's name.
Sarah.
Sarah. Okay. Yes. Sarah, please explain to me why black is bad.
Would you like to explain to her why being black is bad?
Oh yes. Please tell me, Sarah. I'm so curious on your fake shitty makeup.
Well, there are so many reasons, but the main one is that nobody wants to see a black girl on TikTok.
Nobody wants to see a black girl on that's why black is bad. Okay. What is this? It's a masterpiece. That's what this is.
Really? That can't be true.
Think about it. What skin color are the top 5 TikTokers?
White?
And the top 10?
Also white?
Exactly. Everyone wants to watch us beautiful white girls dance and watch black girls like you work in fast food restaurants and fight over your drug dealing boyfriends.
Oh wow, that's funny. The reason why I should explain why this made me laugh. It's more than just the line itself. Okay, in high school, I dated a black chick myself, and I was a stoner in high school. So I don't know. That just kind of related to me for a moment. That made me laugh. Doesn't being white has its downsides as well? I don't see a downside to either side, but hey, apparently to these chicks, it's just terrible. Do people talk like this outside of Wolfenstein too? No.
Good one, Ashley.
Also, look at what you're wearing.
What's wrong with what I'm wearing?
Still not pointing out the hair, but okay. I'll let it slide.
It looked like you went shopping in a dumpster.
I didn't get these from the dumpster. I got these last year, and my mom just can't afford to buy me new ones.
You've been wearing those clothes for a year?
No, she says she's had the clothes for a year, not wearing them for a year. Your blonde is showing, lady. You might want to get that checked.
That's disgusting.
Gross. She's probably full of diseases and is going to infect us.
That's not how infection. Okay.
I don't have any diseases. And yeah, my clothes look old, but I promise they're clean. Here, look.
You get away, you're gonna infect us. You're so stupid.
You're ugly.
You're too ugly to ever be on.
Are they gonna throw food and water? Why are these bullies in these fucking videos so encouraged to throw food at somebody? I don't know, man. That when at my high school, when we bullied people, we never threw our food at them because that's our food, you know? Like, when we go into classrooms, we want to sneak our Fritos and eat them without the teacher knowing because it makes us feel badass. I mean, no one throws their food at people. Like, what? What do those two white girls look like? They have been in a bad Disney live-action show and never went away? It's a good point.
TikTok.
Seriously, I don't know what you were thinking. Do you think you can really talk to us?
Why are you guys doing this?
To teach you a lesson. You see, there's two kinds of people in this world. Beautiful, rich, white girls like us who deserve to be famous and get on movies and TV shows, and black girls like you who are poor and ugly and worthless.
Please stop saying those things. They're not.
This actress is spot on. Please stop saying those things. They're not nice. Such a great actress. She's really putting her whole acting and career into this. Mark Zuckerberg there looking happy? I bet he is. Mark's always happy.
Not nice.
Aw, did we hurt your feelings?
They're repeating again? At least they're repeating 4 minutes into the video and not in the first minute. So that's a good thing. That's a good change.
I'm sorry, here, let me help you. Psych!
Why not just get up yourself? It's not difficult to get off the ground. Why is everyone in these fucking videos don't know how to get off the ground?
How dumb are you? Did you really think that I would help you?
Stop! Stop! Stop!
Why am I thinking of Captain Falcon is gonna come in and make a speech about the issues of race? Oh god, don't remind me of that. You know, this scene, that actually reminds me of Captain Planet. You guys know Captain Planet with Don Cheadle? That shit's hilarious. Has anyone ever seen that? I remembered seeing that, and I don't know why you saying that just made me remind myself of that, but this is like that old lady meme. I'm falling and I can't get up. I guess so.
Stop! Please stop!
Come on,
Stop!
Sarah, let's get out of here. We can come back to finish our TikToks.
Why, you just wasted an entire bag of Fritos. Honestly, I'd be more pissed at myself at that point. Like, god damn it, I wasted all my Fritos throwing them at that child over there. There goes all my Fritos. Now I'm pissed. Like, what am I gonna snack in class now? I can't have Fritos. This sucks. I don't know. I would have kept those for a later day or something.
Tomorrow.
Mom, why are we black? That's gonna be
honey.
the question, isn't it?
Honey, what's wrong? Why are you back so early? I'm still not done cleaning this apartment.
Come on, say it.
Mom, I don't want to be black anymore.
Oh, I was close. I was close. Mom, why are we black? That would have been better, but that was still pretty good.
I want to be white.
What?
I said I don't want to be black anymore. I want to be white and beautiful.
Honey, you're the most beautiful girl in the world.
No, I'm not. I have a big nose and big lips, and those are ugly.
Well, no, they're not. Who told you?
Woman, it's your hair. Your hair is insane. Get the hair under control.
That?
These two girls at the park?
Well, those girls wouldn't know what beautiful is even if you slapped them in the face.
I don't think you know what beautiful is, lady. I mean, don't let your dreams be memes, for fuck's sake.
Come here, baby. Come. Sit over here.
These videos are so unrealistic. What are you talking about? These are the most realistic things I've ever seen in my life.
Honey,
These are
don't you
life
know how
stories
many
right
women
here.
wish they had big lips and big nose like yours?
How many?
Millions.
Really?
They spend thousands of dollars paying for surgery so they can have big lips and big nose like yours.
But what about my skin? Because those girls said that nobody wants to see black on TikTok because black is ugly.
Honey, every human being on this earth is beautiful, no matter the color of their skin.
I don't believe this woman thinks that. I'm gonna pull up a clip, and I want this woman to tell me this lady is beautiful. Give me a second to find it. I want this lady to tell me that this woman is beautiful. I want her to tell me, yeah, this is a lady of beauty right here. Oh man. Yeah, this is the sign of beauty right here. That's true beauty. I want her to tell me that right there. Where's the other clip? I think I have another clip. Good lord. I know, right? That's horrifying, isn't it? This meme's pretty funny too. It looks like Jordy Jordan's wife. Here's another clip. This one, I want her to tell me this lady's beautiful.
Bounce, shake, twirl, dip, this.
Yeah, that song's terrible. But I want her to tell me this lady's beautiful. Are we looking at the first ever blue whale? Yeah, tell me that lady's beautiful. Or how about this one?
No water at all. All right, and then what are you drinking during the day?
Yeah, tell me this is a beautiful lady. Oh man, yeah. These are ladies of beauty right here. And that's what I've been learning from this Jen Hope video. What's this one? I have one called Funny Fat Lady. I don't know what this one is, and I'm kind of afraid to click it. Oh, yeah. It's this one. Okay. Why do I have two clips of them? I have one called Funny Fat Lady, and the other one... What? What? Why do you have these clips readily available? Because in my videos, you know how I have random clips of me doing random shit? Or have random clips of random shit? Here, I'll show you. Let me check. See, like, these are just a bunch of clips that I've gathered over the years. And just, like, whenever I'm making a video and I need to edit something that fits the mood, I just look through my giant file of crap. And I try to find something that will fix the mood, or, you know, get in the mood of my arguments or stuff. Or it's just stuff I want to put at the end of my videos for funny humor type of thing, you know? That's why I have those clips. That's their Gunts you wife. The Chubby Wubby challenge. Oh god. This should be the advert for the Indiana Jones video. Oh no. No, that'd be terrible. I have a lot of clips. For some reason, I'm not kidding, but I have Shrek 2 in like 180p. So if you want to watch Shrek 2 in 180p, just go ahead and holler me over and I'll give you a copy. I also have Shrek 3 in 180p. So if you want to watch Shrek 3 in 180p, there you go. You know.
So what for like are you supposed to be?
I remember that one fat guy freaking out while eating a hot dog on camera. Oh, good old Acer Thorn. That reminds me, you know the vegan Whopper at Burger King that give a man breasts? I did not know about that. That sounds terrible, but also really funny. I'd rather watch paint dry than Shrek 3. That's why I got Shrek 3, just in case if you want to watch Shrek 3. I bet we could watch this version of Shrek 3 and we would not get hit by copyright because of how shitty it looks. If I'm honest with you.
I voted for Team Alpha Wolf Squadron.
I've never. Wow, Shrek 3 does seem pretty crap. Not gonna be on. I'm gonna be honest with you. That was pretty crap. Oh man, I have a lot of shit in this folder. Like, no joke. Like, look at some of the shit I have in this folder. Why do I have some of these? I don't even know what some of these do. I want to watch Shrek 2 at 180p. Send me a copy. Alright, yeah, I'll send you a copy. No, they will still do it? Really? Oh, wow. Even at 160p, they'll still catch you, huh? That's gay. I have a file called Russian Roulette on my laptop. Oh, don't touch that file.
Scene 1.6, take 3. And here we go, and action.
Wow, Vivica, it's a real beautiful day.
Oh, it sure is, Eric. And where is...
Start from the beginning. Start from the
Damn, you forgot your line. She forgot Cool Cat's name. That's hilarious. How do you forget Cool Cat's name?
There he is.
There he is. Oh, good old Cool Cat. What's this video for? Oh, I was just looking through my files.
But Mom, they're right, because all the top TikTokers are white, and none of them are black.
Well, how about you prove them wrong and you become one of those?
Remember when the fat kid and Cool Cat brought a gun to school? Yeah, I remember that.
You really think I can do that?
Honey, trust me. If you keep working hard and making your TikTok videos, you will be surprised what can happen.
Okay, Mom.
Well, I was going to wait till tonight to give you your gift, but since you're already here and you need a little bit of motivation, here. Come on.
Oh my God, Mom, you didn't have to.
Yes, I did. You have been such an amazing daughter.
Acer Thorn as a
No one
child.
deserves this more than you. Come on, open it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh my God, it's a
Beautiful.
black cloth? I don't know what the fuck that is.
You're welcome, honey. I know you have been wearing the same clothes for the past year, so I wanted to get you something new.
$50.
I can't wait for Cool Cat's new book called Cool Cat Goes to Afghanistan. Oh yeah, that sounds like a hit right there. It's gonna be fat time for me. I forgot about that. It's gonna be fat time for me. Ha ha. Oh, dude, Cool Cat is one of those movies that, yeah, they're legendary. This movie gives Tessa Thompson a run for her money. Nah, she's better than Tessa Thompson already. She's not annoying me in every scene she's in.
Way too much. We should return this. We can just get me clothes at Goodwill and a garage sale, and we can use this money to pay for bills.
Honey, don't worry about the bills, okay? I already paid them.
I already
worked
paid
some
the
extra
bills.
hours this month to get enough money to get you that dress.
Wow, she got the bills done. Console fanboys very often blame Xbox Series X for frame rate issues in video games. But it's more about optimization of games. Yes. Cool Cat at the Capitol. Would you read? Oh, I think I already read that. Remember when Acer Thorn tried to summon Satan? Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Are you sure?
100%.
Cool Cat's the Dark Souls of movies. Yes, I agree. That's a good. I could see it.
So much.
You're welcome.
I love you.
I love you too.
Taraji did not let the hateful words from those girls at the park stop her from making TikToks. She followed her mom's advice and kept making them.
Maybe, I don't know, fix your fucking hair. But
Eventually gaining millions of views and followers. And after 6 months, she became one of the top 5 most followed TikTokers in the world. She was getting brand deals and movie offers from all of the major companies. She made so much money that her and her mom no longer had to worry about money for the rest of their lives.
you should join the Beatles because they were in their stoner era. I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of like the Beatles. There's some songs in there that's pretty garbage, but they have like 3 or 4 songs that are pretty decent, if I'm honest with you. The Beatles are okay. Darman is going to be a quantum and sue this channel. Oh yeah, definitely. Wait, there's a new Cool Cat film where he fights coronavirus? That sounds amazing. Oh, hi there, Bernie G.
Alright, honey, you can go on ahead of me. I gotta make a phone call, and I'll see you in a bit, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Hey, Taraji, do you remember us?
We met at this park 6 months ago. You know, before you were TikTok rich and famous.
Anyway, we were wondering if you wanted to make a TikTok with us?
Sure, why not?
I'm gonna be honest with you. What the fuck is a TikTok? Like, what do you do? You know there's gonna be a Birdemic 3, it's probably gonna be crap. Why isn't she fixing that terrible hair? I have no fucking clue. Why has she been wearing the same dress for 6 months? How about that? Next, a Cool Cat book. Cat joins the Mexican cartel and Daddy Derek gets shot in drive-by. Oh. Wait, it said 1 year ago, but they said 6 months ago. Did it? I thought it was 6 months ago.
Really?
I could have sworn it'd been 6 months ago.
I remember who you are. You treated me like garbage instead of
Oh, they did. Oh, they did say 1 year later. What? But the mom said 6 months later. Yeah, after 6 months, she became one of the top 5. Then 1 year later, and then they say 6 months later. I have so many questions.
Do you
were TikTok rich?
if you wanted to make a TikTok with us?
Remember who you are. You treated me like garbage instead that I was ugly instead that I was never gonna make it. How could I forget?
Did you see the video where Nikado Avocado ate at the McDonald's? He spent more money on McDonald's than he should have. No, I've not seen that. I'd prefer if I don't. Is this Darman or a ripoff just came in? It's a ripoff. It's Jen Hope. Writing potato, it's difficult. Yeah, apparently writing is extremely difficult. How do you fix a fucking 1 year later tag to 6 months? How does someone write 1 year later and not check with the director? Yo, is it 1 year or 6 months? Like, whatever.
We're sorry we treated you that way. We didn't know you were gonna become famous.
Yeah, we didn't know people wanted to see people that looked like you on TikTok.
You mean black? You still haven't changed.
Yo, there's someone in the background in the audio playing basketball. You might want to ask him to move.
You only want me in your TikToks because I'm famous now. And you can forget it. Goodbye.
Who were those girls, honey?
Just nobody's.
Okay.
It's very important that we treat.
Oh, that's the end of the movie video. Goddamn. Oh fuck. Well, that's the end of this trail. I'm gonna head off, and maybe tomorrow I'll do more streaming of me trying to get through the fucking behind the scenes of Indiana Jones to make that video. But I'll see you all in the future. I'm tired. And sleep all well. and stuff. And yeah. Adios. Oh wait, I have a question for you. In your SM Suicide Squad video, you said that the boys suck, and I'm interested in why you think that. Oh boy, you're asking me a question right now, aren't you? Okay. Ask me the next time I stream. How about that? I'll make that a deal for you. Ask me the next time. I promise I'll answer it. I'm just very tired. Anyways, adios, everyone.